What is going on, everybody? Welcome in. We have a breaking news morning. It is wild and crazy out there. I hope you got a good night's sleep because got to be wide-eyed and ready to go this morning because we've got a Chapman trade watch happening. He's looking at Blue Jays are finalizing that deal. Trade watch, maybe we use the word watch loosely. Looks like that deal is going to happen. We're going to talk about that. Hopefully we can react to that as it goes down. We find out the pieces that are actually going to Oakland. Word is that it is not any of the players on the professional roster. It's going to be a lot of prospects. So we'll see who's headed to Oakland. Can the Blue Jays pull off a good trade? All right, so we've got that. We've also got word that Seiya Suzuki is going to the Chicago Cubs. I think I just saw the dollars come across a few minutes ago. It is a 5-year, $70 million deal. So here we go. Tighten up the hat. Let's go. Let's talk about this. And also, by the way, as the news continues to flow this morning, Ken Rosenthal tweeting out that the Phillies are making progress on free agent Kyle Schwarber. There was talk last night that the Phillies were being aggressive for Chris Bryant. Could they get both of them? Is this an either-or situation? We know the Blue Jays have been hedging their bets all along with this whole thing with Freddie Freeman, Kyle Schwarber, Matt Chapman. Carlos Baerga thinks Eddie Rosario is in the possibility. So here we go. Let's do this thing early. We're on 2 hours early to talk about this. Robert, what's going on? And all of this, of course, has Freddie Freeman implications. And with the Cubs, certainly, anybody that is still thinking that maybe there's multiple options for Carlos Correa, I think we can probably cross the Cubs off that list. But this is a good deal. Again, 5 for 70 for Seiya Suzuki for his upside. And we're going to talk about him. This is going to be a fun morning, a fun stream. Welcome in everybody that is live. Make sure to hit that like. Got to get to 100 likes as fast as possible this morning. So make sure to hit that like. And also, if you're watching the replay, make sure to hit that like. If you're excited about everything that's going on around baseball, this has been a crazy start to the day. A crazy last night with the Anthony Rizzo trade. We're gonna talk about that because there is there's teams that are maybe falling off the Freddie Freeman train. So that is going to be interesting as we go. All right, again, let's dive into this. We're going to start with Matt Chapman. Then we are going to move over to Seiya Suzuki. So we're going to do maybe about 5 minutes on Chapman exclusively, and then we'll get into 5 minutes on Suzuki for those of you watching the replay that want to know where things are at. Okay, here we go. So John Morosi tweeted at 8:04 this morning, the Blue Jays are finalizing a trade for two-time Platinum Glove winning Matt Chapman. A source confirms Carlos Baerga was the first to report it. I'll be honest with you guys. I feel like I need to start putting my feelings and guesses on social media as if they are facts. We talked about Matt Chapman on Friday. Talked about Chapman to the Blue Jays. Now, I've also talked about Chapman to the Phillies, so that would have backfired. But I've talked about Chapman to the Blue Jays for some time now. We talked about it on Friday. Felt like Chapman and Schwarber would be probably the ways to go. Ben Wagner, even later that day or the next day, tweeted about Chapman and Schwarber to watch for them. And here is Chapman coming to the Toronto Blue Jays. Rizzo to the Yankees. I had that predicted. Did not actually have that from a source. But again, I feel like I need to start putting predictions out as actual facts. So here we go. Matt Chapman looks like he's headed to the Blue Jays. We're going to take a look at Chapman. Two-time Platinum, three-time Gold Glove winning third baseman. Won the Gold Glove in 2021, won it in 2019, won it in 2018. Here's the deal with Matt Chapman, folks. The glove is amazing. This team is loaded. It's already been put out there. I think it was Ben Nicholson-Smith put the spray chart out for Hyunjin Ryu. It's going to be nice to have a Gold Glove third baseman over there for Ryu. We know that the split finger is one of Kevin Gausman's primary pitches. That is going to be great. That's a ground ball inducing pitch. It's going to be great to have Matt Chapman over there. It is really, the pitchers are going to love Matt Chapman on this team. Wally Montero at this point, I don't know why I said your last name there. Wally, I think I will probably take Chapman. We're going to talk more about Chapman. He's entering his age 29 season. You are at the beginning of those prime age years, which I keep pounding out. Why do I say that? Because you're healthier in your prime age years. You have more room to grow. You have more upside. The skill set can still be developing.
Buck on MLB Network said Cleveland.
Kyle, the Buck on MLB Network said Cleveland was asking for Manoah and Moreno in a deal for JRam. Stick at Cleveland. I'm not surprised. That's what they're going to want. That's why I think a JRam trade happens closer to the trade deadline for anybody. Toronto is now out. Put to bed Jose Ramirez to the Blue Jays. It will not happen. End of that sentence. It will not happen. Jose Ramirez will not be a Blue Jay. Maybe in free agency, but not via a trade. So Matt Chapman's on his way. Here's the deal with Matt Chapman. 2018, 2019 was amazing. 864 OPS, 848 OPS. The batting average, 278, 249. But the problem is we have seen the batting average go down and the strikeouts go up. We don't like that. So we're going to be hoping for a rebound when it comes to those types of numbers. We cannot have a situation where he's hitting 200 and the OPS is 700. The glove will be great, but if that's what he's doing offensively, I think it's going to drive us a little crazy. So, but there's, again, I talk about those prime age years. There's room for rebound. There's room for improvement. Let's get Dante Bichette. We know Dante Bichette has been close to the team, helping a lot of players. He helped Teoscar Hernandez. Obviously, he was Bo Bichette's first hitting coach. Let's get Dante in to talk and work with Matt Chapman, please. Let's make that happen. And we know the shift is going to be going away to some degree. Not this year, I don't believe it. It will be, but the shift going away, I think that Matt Chapman is somebody that will it will benefit. So let's keep talking about Chapman, though. Let's take a look at him as a hitter. I know I'm kind of in the way of the metrics. I'll slide over a little bit. So 2021 is right there. My finger's disappearing. The far side. The hard hit rate, the exit velo, all of it went down. His barrel rate stayed the same, but the K rate, the swing and miss rate, he still had a good walk rate, but the K rate, I mean, it's terrible. Closer to me right here is the 2019 percentiles. All right, that's what we want him to get back to. That was 2019 and that was 2018. So that's what we are looking for from Matt Freeman from a Blue Jay perspective. Get back there, or at least get some of that back up. All right, his average exit velo in 2019 was in the 96th percentile. Last year it was 59th. The hard hit rate last year was in the 54th percentile. In 2019, it was in the 96th percentile. That's what you need Matt Freeman to get back to. Go back to whatever he was doing in 2018 and 2019. Something changed in 2020 and 2021. I'm sure more people, there'll be more about that. So this is kind of going to be something that we keep an eye on. We watch. Again, outs above average, 99th percentile, one of the best defensive third basemen in the game right now. Let's see here. All right, so let's keep rolling on Matt Freeman. The dollars are big here, folks. The dollars are big. In 2022, it is an arbitration year, his second year of arbitration. Probably going to be around, this is the spot track projection, $9.5 million. 2023, you can expect that to grow a little bit. Let's call 2023 is going to be about $14 to $15 million. And then he's an unrestricted free agent at the age of 31. The Blue Jays may choose to walk away. Now, it really just depends on what they give up. If they are giving up a prime package of players, we kind of like them to hold on to Matt Chapman. But if they are, if the package is not to that, 5-star level, we'll see what ends up happening with Matt Chapman. But you have him for his age 29 and his age 30 season. I would think if the Blue Jays are smart, we want to try. Who am I saying? It's Matt Chapman. Who am I saying? Did I say Matt Chapman? Who am I talking about? Oh my God, am I saying the wrong name? I apologize, guys. Anyway, Freudian slips. It could be. I apologize, guys. So for Chapman, am I saying Freeman? Am I really saying Freeman? Jesus, it's early. Holy cow. Let's see. James, thank you for the super chat. All but certain. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. Yes, we're all jacked up. Oh, I'm saying Matt Freeman. Matt Schwarber, Matt Freeman. All right, I'm getting text messages too. This is all over the place. Okay, here we go. Let's get back on track. So Matt Chapman, we have $9.5 million this year. Arbitration next year. We like the financial situation. If the Blue Jays are smart, they will take Matt Chapman, and we will get him locked into sign him to a 5-year deal or a 4-year deal now. Buy out those last 2 years of arbitration and take the first 2 years of his unrestricted free agency period. If I'm him, that's what if I'm on the Blue Jays, that's what. And we have the Schwarber deal. We have Phillies and Kyle Schwarber from John Heyman. It is coming out now. This is a hell of a morning. Wow. All right, let's keep moving. We got to keep moving. We can't slow down here. So we keep an eye on the Chapman return. Here is what the Blue Jays lineup could look like with Matt Chapman, Springer, Bichette, Guerrero, Hernandez, I think, is 1 through 4. Chapman's probably going to bat 5th until he can get that batting average up. Then Gurriel, Biggio, and then that trio of catchers, Jano, Kirk, and Reese, and Espinal. Probably out of the situation now. He's going to be out and gone. We'll have to update that. You'll have Grichuk still in the equation for right now. All right, so let's keep going. We had the word from David Kaplan. It was also out from Japanese sources before David Kaplan that Tom Ricketts and the Chicago Cubs have come to an agreement with Seiya Suzuki. Again, a 5-year, $70 million deal for Seiya Suzuki. We like Seiya Suzuki. These are his numbers. If you can't read them, if it's too tiny, I will read it for you. An OPS over 1,000 in 2021, an OPS over 1,000 in 2019, in 2018. His OPS in 2020 was 953. So he has been a great player. He has maxed out his potential over there. He's coming over here. He's going to play with the Cubs. Again, age 27 season. You're getting him in those prime years. 5-year deal. You just bought the prime. 27 to 32. Seiya Suzuki will be a Cub. The power overseas was in the upper 20s, lower 30s. It peaked to 38 last year. So what do we expect? What do I expect Suzuki to do when he goes to the Cubs? I'm going to expect a 750 to 800 OPS in his first year, and I'm going to expect around 20 home runs from Seiya Suzuki. That is what I predict. If we've done it, we've looked at his swing path, everything. I love it. I think it's going to all translate very well to the big leagues. Now, I have a slide about Kyle Schwarber. It's obviously now dated since we started streaming 14 minutes ago. I still had the Blue Jays on here because I felt like just because they got Chapman did not mean that it was going to be, kaput for Kyle Schwarber. But it is, because Kyle Schwarber, this was a tweet at 9:17, right as we were about to go live, that the Phillies were making progress on free agent Kyle Schwarber. And John Heyman tweeting out 3 minutes ago that the Phillies and Kyle Schwarber have a deal. So it is, we don't know the years, we don't know the dollars yet, but we do know Kyle Schwarber and the Phillies is going to happen. It's going down. Blue Jays, again, obviously are out. This is where I was going to make the point that I felt that the Blue Jays could still be in, but the Phillies were pushing, and the Phillies go and get their man with Kyle Schwarber. It's a nice addition. I think you should feel good about that, Phillies fans. I don't know if you're necessarily done. I think Kyle Schwarber's dollars, everyone has projected something around $20 million a year. We got to see if that is what the actual number is. I'm just going to refresh and see if anybody has the numbers. All of this happening while we're live. Again, it is just John Heyman tweeting that they have a deal. Jim Salisbury, NBC Sports, pending all the usual stuff, physicals and everything, still have to get the Still have to get the dollar amount on Kyle Schwarber. But what about Kyle? That was going to be my question 15 minutes ago. What about Kyle? Kyle is going to the Phillies. Ken Rosenthal sort of hinting about it at 9:17, and at 9:33, John Heyman tweeting that it is going to be Kyle Schwarber to the Phillies. A great move. We can dive more into how the Phillies look with Kyle Schwarber. Now, again, does this mean the Phillies are out on Chris Bryant? Last night, Hector Gomez was tweeting out, hearing the Phillies are clearly serious in Chris Bryant. They are intensifying talks with him. This was last night from Hector, late last night. This was midnight. This was 1 a.m., I believe it was, from Hector Gomez. Now, does this Kyle Schwarber deal mean no Chris Bryant? I don't necessarily think that's the case. Again, we were probably expecting around $20 million. I see a super chat coming in. Let me get that. Patrick Boom, thank you for that. Who do the Jays look at for a lefty bat now? Eddie Rosario? I mean, Carlos Baerga's talking about maybe Eddie Rosario for the Blue Jays, so possibly Eddie Rosario is your lefty bat if you're the Toronto Blue Jays. Won't break the bank. Probably going to be similar years as Kyle Schwarber, 2 or 3 years, and you move on. I mean, if Eddie Rosario's market doesn't materialize and he hangs out there longer, I could see Eddie Rosario ending up getting a 1-year deal with an option for a second year if he's unable to sign soon, and that would benefit the Blue Jays. But yes, they do need a lefty bat. But again, Hector Gomez at 1 a.m. hearing the Phillies are clearly serious with Chris Bryant, intensifying talks with them. Was Kyle Schwarber a backup plan for Chris Bryant because they feel like Chris Bryant's going to go somewhere else? Is the question. That is what we will have to, as we go, we will see. So it's an intense morning, ladies and gentlemen, and all of it sort of circles around right here. Freddie Freeman. Teams that are left for Freddie. The Blue Jays are out. The Yankees are out. So it's down to the Red Sox, Dodgers, and Rays, and of course, I forgot to put them on here, the Padres. The Padres should be on this list. The Padres are the fourth team that are kind of looming now for Freddie Freeman. It seemed last night we were hearing that the Red Sox and the Blue Jays were in a bidding war for Freddie Freeman. I cannot see how Freddie Freeman still fits into the plans for the Toronto Blue Jays. Don't totally count it out, but I can't see, how it really works. I mean, unless the Blue Jays are just expecting to spend the money on Freddie Freeman and use Matt Chapman as a 2-year rental. I would be surprised. Again, we got to see what the prospects are that the Blue Jays are going to, what the Blue Jays are going to do. So let's see. If that's the trade, Jeff, where did you see that? Some pieces, potentially we have Jordan Groshans on his way to Oakland, maybe. That would make sense. If anybody's got that out there, that would make sense. Let's see. John Heyman tweeting 2 minutes ago, the Padres are looking at Chris Bryant among a number of other options. Would be interesting to start the season with Bryant at third and Machado at short. Rockies are others in on Chris Bryant. Just looking at some of those tweets. So what happens with Freddie Freeman? It's down to now Red Sox, Dodgers, Rays, and potentially Padres. Now, the Padres are also linked to Chris Bryant this morning, so how that goes, we will see. Raul, I see your super chat. I'm hoping the Jays can get Schwarber. Raul, it's too late. He's going to the Phillies. That deal is coming in. We are looking for the dollars on that. Kyle Schwarber to the Phillies. Again, good job, Kyle Schwarber. All right, let's take the Blue Jay hat off now for a second because we're kind of off the Matt Chapman train, and we're going to just talk about what's going on around this situation. So let's move a couple pieces and get back into real time here. Let's move this all out of the way. Let's get this back up. Let's move over here. We're going to talk about this again. What's up, Hayden? How are you? I do want to give a proper, let's see, where did it go? We are all over the place with this stuff this morning. It's great. I love it. This is a lot of fun. Here we go. Jim Salisbury, again, the word is, let's do this proper because we didn't have a chance when we were going through the pre-planned stuff. The Phillies have a deal with Kyle Schwarber. They were intensifying talks with, wait a minute, why am I looking at two different things? Oh, damn. Let me move this out of the way. Hold on, let me, wait. Whoo. There it is. I've got one. I have too many tabs open, folks. Too many tabs. This is what happens when you have too many tabs open. You put the wrong tweet up. Saigon, thank you for subscribing. B, thank you for subscribing. All the new subs this morning. Sam, thank you for subbing. And again, thank you, BALLCAP Nation. We have grown to now over 22,000. We hit 20,000 on Friday. Here we are on Wednesday at 22,000. Thank you to all of the new subs. Thank you to everyone that has been here. Thank you. I truly do appreciate it. All right, let's give this the proper credit that it deserves. Jim Salisbury has tweeted out that the Phillies have an agreement with Kyle Schwarber. I am beyond happy for this man. I want him to get as much money as humanly possible after everything that he went through, being non-tendered by the Cubs, going to the Nats, and now listen, going to the Nats, it's not like he was going to a championship contender, right? It wasn't, the market didn't really materialize that well for him when he was a free agent after getting non-tendered. He had a good season with the Nets. He had the bounce-back season that I knew he was going to have based on 2019 stats and what he had done in his career. He bounces back, gets traded to the Red Sox, has a nice postseason run with the Red Sox. Forget the throwing error. Again, I say that every time because I know that's kind of one of the things that sticks out in your mind. But he had some big hits in the postseason for the Red Sox. And now he became, during this free agent period, one of the most sought-after players. I hope he gets a ton of money. Robert Murray tweeting out 4 minutes ago, the Phillies, thank you for the sub, Roger. The Phillies aggressively pursued Kyle Schwarber before the lockout. He has a deal in place to reunite with hitting coach Kevin Long in Philly. Schwarber in 91 career games in NL East ballparks, 32 home runs. That would be a 57 homer season over 162. Kyle Schwarber should do very well. I would like the Phillies to add a righty bat if they could. Maybe it's Chris Bryant. Maybe it's Nick Castellanos. We'll see if they can add a righty bat. But with Harper and Kyle Schwarber, you now have a ton of lefty thump. Absolutely love how this looks for the Phillies and what they've been waiting for. Phillies fans, you've been waiting for this. How long have you been waiting for this, Philly fans? I mean, seriously. Before the lockout, it was, what are my Phillies doing? We need to wake up. What is happening? What are we doing? What is happening? And here they are. We're going to take a look at what we can expect the lineup to be because this is Fangraphs. Obviously, things could change. Raul, thank you for the super chat. How are the Jays going to find a heavy lefty bat? My prediction now is Eddie Rosario or somebody like that. So, again, the way this lineup looks on Fangraphs is kind of all over the place. I think we can agree on that. Segura going to lead off. Okay. Then Hoskins. Is Hoskins going to bat second? Really? I mean, I guess. They brought Odubel Herrera back. Matt Vierling is out. That is probably going to be Matt Vierling, Adam Hasley. One of those two, both of them end up probably going to be out, and you'll have Kyle Schwarber included here. So it probably goes Segura. If I'm going off of this, it goes Segura, Hoskins, Harper, Real Muto, Schwarber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then basically slide everybody down. Move Baum up so you can get a nice righty-lefty mix. Baum, then Didi, then whoever's going to be your righty bat, and then Odubel Herrera is how I think it probably goes. Again, I'm not going to say they're out, dead, done, not going to happen with Chris Bryant or even Nick Castellanos because, again, the deal for Kyle Schwarber should not be a financial burden for a team. It's probably, everything we've heard is somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 for 20 for Kyle Schwarber. And if it's anywhere in that realm, I think the Phillies could get another deal as long as it kind of goes with that. As long as that is also around a $20 million a year deal. Let's see. Corbin, yes, we can take a look at the Blue Jays order. Let's finish up on Kyle Schwarber. So again, he fits in there. I really like, again, I'm a big fan of Kyle Schwarber. I know I keep saying it, but I think that he was a underrated player that A great addition for anybody. Let's see if I can get these numbers up here that you can read them. Again, 2020, that 188 batting average. Screw it. I do see the super chats. Guys, we're going to come back to the super chats. Ads are popping up. A 188 average in 2020. That's not who he was. He was the 2019 Schwarber. The 2018 Schwarber. He's a guy that's going to give you an OPS over 800, no doubt about it. And when he's locked in, you see what he gives you in 2021. A 928 OPS. Love what Kyle Schwarber brings to the table here. I think this is what you can expect moving forward. Now, does he go to 957? I don't know about that. But does he live between 850 and 900 this year for you Phillies? Yes. In my opinion, he most certainly does. So give me an 850 to 900 OPS with certainly some room to elevate, and he's at least 30 home runs. All right, 32 last year, 38 in 2019, 30 in 2017. Run it back. That's what I think you can expect from Kyle Schwarber. Now, again, I want to get him some protection because if it truly does go Segura, Hoskins, Harper, Realmuto, and then Schwarber, if Alec Baum is hitting behind him, I don't know if that's enough protection. That's why I would really like, I mean, maybe they go Schwarber and then Realmuto. Make sure Kyle Schwarber has protection. That is going to be imperative. We are going to see what they do. I want to make sure that Phillies fans, your voice is heard. So comment either live with me or comment below. Hit that like if you're excited, Phillies fans. This is a great move for you. Absolutely love it for the Philadelphia Phillies. This move is a winning move. You're getting a winning player. Again, absolutely love how this shakes out for the Philadelphia Phillies. All right, let's take a look and see what else is going on. Would love to get the dollars on that. We do not have the dollars. We do have word that Chris Sale has a stress fracture. Jesus Christ. Put on some weight, maybe, Chris Sale. I don't know. He's getting hurt too much now. I don't know if it's because his frame is too small. I don't understand this. A stress fracture in his rib cage. Won't be ready for the start of the season. Oof. By the way, that's the kind of talk you won't get on MLB Network and ESPN telling Chris Sale to put some weight on. That's why you come here, for those, quick-witted hot take things. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. Chris Sale, a stress fracture in his rib cage. That's bad news. Hopefully that doesn't derail him for too long. What a morning, everybody. Again, to recap, we have Chapman looking like he's headed to the Toronto Blue Jays. We're just waiting on official word on the pieces, on the trade. Can the Blue Jays extend him? We will take a look at what the Blue Jays lineup will look like with Matt Chapman. Kyle Schwarber to the Phillies. Seiya Suzuki to the Cubs. This is all early in the morning. I saw somebody tweet at 6 a.m. Out west. Yes, wake up. It is a wild morning. I know we have a lot of West Coast viewers that come to the channel, and you're not even awake yet, so you might be watching the replay of this. I'm going to try to go. I think we're probably going to go till around noon today. That's what I'm thinking. Usually we would have been on at 11, but circumstances demanded that we get on early. Matt Chapman traded to the Blue Jays. Is that officially official? Is what I'm saying. That's the thing. Everything we had is that. Let's see. Let me just scroll through, because again, we took about a 10-minute period to go through some of the elements that I put together before we went on here. Looking at this, 5 for 70 for Suzuki. Love that. This is the last thing we have. Blue Jays and Athletics are close to a deal for third baseman Matt Chapman. Everything has been close or working or finalizing. It is not official with the trade pieces. Now, I do believe it is going to happen. I'm not trying to throw any cold water. I'm not trying to tell everybody pump the brakes. This isn't a fit. This is going to happen. But what we're waiting for is the pieces. Who is going to Oakland? That's important to us Blue Jay fans. Now, Freddie Freeman. How does he tie into all of this? Of course, that's a big element. We looked at Matt Chapman's dollars. He's probably going to be about $9.5 million this year. So that certainly still gives you more room to add to this year's team. Now, they had talked about making one big offensive addition, and they have now done that. Will there be another one? Because again, this is just $9.5 million this year. Or do the Blue Jays lock up Matt Chapman, similar to how Atlanta locked up Matt Olson? Matt Chapman could be coming to Toronto. Listen, he's got 2 years of arbitration. Are the Blue Jays going to be financially conservative here and let those 2 years of arbitration happen? Or do they try to lock him into a 4 or 5 year deal? That will be interesting to see how they handle that. Because again, what are the pieces that you're giving up? Now, if you're giving up Jordan Groshans, he's one of the Blue Jays' top prospects. You would hate to give up Jordan Groshans for only 2 years of Matt Chapman. But again, maybe the Blue Jays roll the dice here, let these arbitration years happen. Jordan Groshans goes to Oakland, if it is Jordan Groshans that's in the deal. And if Jordan Groshans flames out, then maybe the Blue Jays don't feel as much pressure to re-sign Chapman. Because, look, the main piece we gave up, he didn't work out anyway, so we can move on. Just throwing out all sorts of different ideas. I don't think that's going to be their mindset. I think the mindset is probably going to be getting some kind of extension done with Matt Chapman. A Gold Glove third baseman for a team that, Hyunjin Ryu's spray chart was put out there. Here was Ben Palmer put it out there. Look at Hyunjin Ryu's spray chart. Matt Chapman is going to be busy with Hyunjin Ryu. That's a great thing. Absolutely love that. And we know Kevin Gausman is a ground ball pitcher with that splitter. He's going to be inducing a lot of ground balls. Love that. So Matt Chapman, one of the key elements that this Blue Jays team needed to work on, improve, was third base, and it looks like they're doing it. And yes, again, Envy, we're seeing that Chris Sale is hurt. He's not going to be ready for opening day. Word is just breaking on Chris Sale, so we don't know exactly how long this is going to be, if this is just a couple of starts, or if this is a month, if this progresses. We don't know anything about the timing. It's a stress fracture in the rib cage. How big is it? How severe is it? What grade is it? All of those things come into play. We have no idea. So we'll wait and see on Chris Sale. Does Boston, if this looks like it's a bigger problem, does Boston go out there and try to get a pitcher? If they're focused on Freddie Freeman and they get this Chris Sale news and they know that it's a big deal and he's going to miss a couple of months, are they making a trade for a pitcher? Could that give them more pressure to get a Freddie Freeman deal done, or does that take their eyes off of that ball? Who knows? There's so much going on right now. It is absolutely it is crazy. It is fun. This is what we were waiting for months to happen. I'm excited. Want to remind everybody to subscribe if you have not. If you're just finding the channel for the first time, make sure to subscribe and hit that like. Let's try to get a like spike going. Let's try to get that like count as high as we can get to this point, as we are just getting going here. Again, I feel like we're probably going to go for about an hour. 2 more hours. Probably go till around noon, as it just looks like there's a lot of news breaking this morning. I think there's a lot going on this morning, and more could be on the way. Dominoes. We're seeing some dominoes falling. Will we get Freddie Freeman today? Word was we were going to get Freddie Freeman yesterday, and that did not happen. So what ultimately is going to happen is where we're at. Thank you to everybody again for getting up early and spending some time here in the chat. We're at 218 likes right now. Can we get past 300 with 1,000 of you in here? Hit that like if you're excited for just how this day has started. Does the momentum continue, or does it completely fall off and things slow down and cool off again? I'm hoping that the momentum is able to continue again. So hit that like. Let's see if we can, again, spike this thing up to 300. That is the goal here. Let's see what we got. I see some super chats coming in. There were some super chats from a few minutes ago. I want to try to get to those. Corbin, thank you for the super chat. Can you run down the Blue Jays lineup? We will do that. Alex, 6 a.m. here where I am. What I wake up to, good damn thing, it's my day off. Yes, there you go. It is deal day, Alex. And again, thank you to Corbin and Alex for the super chats. Guys, thank you for your patience, as it took me a few minutes to get back to that. Another couple super chats coming in. Alex, today's the crazy day we've been waiting for. Yeah, I mean, feels like this is momentum. I feel like we've had many days now of negotiations and back and forth and all of that, and now we're at the point where deals can start to really start flowing. That's at least what it feels like today. Quick mentions for Cora quote on sale. Does Cora have something? I'm getting inundated with notifications, and I appreciate you guys for hitting me up with that. Thank you guys. Let me move a couple things around. I don't think I think my phone is going to be useless right now. So let's take a look. What is the word from Cora? I see some tweets about maybe the Kyle Schwarber deal is the numbers anyway are out. Let's take a look and see. No, I don't need to go to my profile. I need to look at that. Let's go over here. Kevin woke up. What's up, Kevin? Well, he's not here, but you know what I mean. We do have this is Kevin this morning.
What is going on?
Kevin just checked Twitter. This is Kevin.
What is going on?
It is intense, Kevin. Blake, thank you for the super chat. Can you talk about Flaherty injury on his shoulder? I guess the question is, what is... Let's see. Are we getting deals? We're getting deals. We're getting news on deals. We'll come back. Ooh, interesting. Look at that. Look at that. I got to think if Cora is out on is talking about sale, we'll get something. But here we go. The deal is done. Shai Davidi, Blue Jays deal for Matt Chapman is done. Kevin Smith, Gunnar Hoglund, who was the #1 pick by the Blue Jays this past year, was their top pitching prospect behind Nate Pearson, who, yes, is still considered a prospect by MLB.com and Baseball America. Zach Logue and Kirby Snead. I feel like, for everybody's sake, what we need to do right now is pull up the Blue Jays prospects so you can get a feel and look at some of these players that are on their way to the Oakland Athletics. They hold on to Jordan Groshans. Gunnar Hoglund, we will miss you. All the best to you. They hold on to Kloffenstein. It is the #4 Gunnar Hoglund and the #9 Kevin Smith that are on their way. Again, also Zach Logue and Kirby Snead. Zach Logue is the #27 prospect in the organization, and Kirby Snead is not. Let's double check Kirby Snead. Kirby Snead is... We saw Kirby Snead at times last year. He's got some hair. He's got some hair on him. If you're not familiar with Kirby Snead, look at that hair. Look at that hair. Kirby Snead debuted last year, 7 games, 2.35 ERA, just 7 games, 27 years old, so it's fine. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm okay with this package, and I'm amazed that they were able to hold on to Jordan Groshans. Congratulations, good job. That's great. They were able to hold on to Jordan Groshans in this trade. That's big. That is big, holding on to Jordan Groshans. We got to update this now that we know Blue Jays trade. Get finalizing out of the way. Blue Jays trade for Matt Chapman, Suzuki to the Cubs. Schwarber to Phillies. What a morning. Blue Jays trade for Matt Chapman and Seiya Suzuki signs with the Cubs. Schwarber to Phillies. And I wouldn't be surprised if we have more today. Again, that is what is kind of fun about this morning, is that we have a lot going on. I agree. I'm giving it an A. I'm giving this trade an A for the Blue Jays. I'm going to give it a B plus for Oakland. We knew that Matt Chapman was not going to go to the Phillies unless one of the Phillies' top prospects were involved. The Blue Jays were able to get this deal done without trading Moreno, Martinez, Groshans. They send Hoagland. Again, Gunnar Hoagland, probably going to be a decent pitcher. We have no idea. Gunnar Hoagland has not thrown a pitch in professional baseball yet. Mr. Awesome, what's going on? He has not thrown a pitch in the pros. He has good control, or projects to have good control. Fastball is above average. Curveball is average. Slider above average. Changeup above average. Control is plus. And again, overall 50. I mean, overall is a 50. What was Stott? I mean, because remember, just because it's a team's top prospect doesn't mean they're all the same. Bryson Stott is overall a 55. So if you're grading Bryson Stott, if the Phillies would have parted with him, based on the grades, you would have had a better piece. But we also know Oakland likes to get pitching back, right? That's, that Matt Olson trade had tons of pitching in it. This trade, for Matt Chapman, we've got Hoagland, Logue, and Snead, all pitchers. Kevin Smith. Haven't we seen Kevin Smith? We have seen Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith made his debut with the Blue Jays. Listen, it was only 18 games, but is how you felt about that. Let's see. At AAA, Kevin Smith hit 285 with 21 home runs. Kevin Smith, there's still some upside there. He's an older prospect at this point. 25, 26. All right. These are the kind of guys that if he hits, it's we'll say it's less likely that he hits. Kevin Smith is 25. Jordan Groshans is 22. Okay, there's the big difference. Did Hoagland have Tommy John? Is that what slowed him up? I can't remember. Yes, there you go. Toronto will be patient to see how his stuff and control returns from the surgery. But if it does, it's possible they got a top 10 talent in the draft. He was drafted 19th by the Toronto Blue Jays last year. So this is crazy. It's a Blue Jay morning.
What is going on?
It's a Blue Jay morning. It is a Phillies morning. It is a, what's the other deal? Cubs morning. Congratulations to those three teams getting better today. Wow. It's a good trade. Anthony, so what's left? Correa, Freeman, Bryant, Story, also Castellanos, and Soler, Rosario. Just some names off the top of my head. I'm sure I'm forgetting another piece. This trade is a big fat win. A big, bolded, underlined W. Underlined. No, that's not how you say that. Underlined W. Now the question is, I see a lot of people asking the question, the lefty bat for the Blue Jays. Don't give up hope. If you want a lefty bat, they need a lefty bat. Yes, there are still some lefties available in free agency that they could do. Rowood, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Rowood. Welcome to Moreland. Canadian default. Is it or A? Probably A. A Canadian default. There it is. Mr. Awesome. I see EH and I just automatically go, I know where you're going though. Thank you to all of the new subscribers. Welcome in. Vladdy, gonna stay at first. You can't sign Freddie Freeman and have Vladdy move to third. Who's waiting for it? Listen, I joke about this. Joked about this. Joked about this in my Gleyber Torres trade. If we get news that the Blue Jays are still in on Freddie Freeman, everybody in the world will know. Non-Blue Jay fans, non-baseball fans will know that the Blue Jays are still on Freddie Freeman. Not because they'll get an alert from CNN or a notification from Jeff Passan or anything like that. It's because there will be a plume of smoke from their phone. That is how you will know that the Blue Jays are still in on Freddie Freeman, because the internet will break. And the phones, there will just be smoke from the explosion that was the internet emitting from the phone. Like, what is that? Oh, Freeman is still in. Now, again, I think it's a long shot. I will say that they are out. I have been wrong before. I've also been right before. I've been right about a few things lately. But I've been wrong. But I will say that they are most likely out. I thought that maybe they could still do Schwarber because of the dollars to Schwarber and the years for Schwarber. You're not looking at a 5-year or 6-year deal for Schwarber. You're not looking at $25 to $30 million a year for Schwarber. You're looking at about 20 for Schwarber. It was a smaller deal. So for that reason, I felt like you could still go and do maybe Schwarber. The money for Freeman is going to be tough. You can now positionally, you can still make it work. Freddie Freeman could be your first baseman. He and Vladdy could go back and forth between DH. You can still make that work. You have to trade Randall Grichuk, but that shouldn't stop you. I don't know if that is still going to happen. I think that this makes the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Rays, and the Padres all the more likely to land Freddie Freeman. But I'm not going to say no. I am not going to say no. Noah, Donaldson trade 2.0. That has been brought up as well. That, yeah, there is a resemblance to the Blue Jays traded with Oakland for Josh Donaldson, and we saw how that all worked out. It would be unfair to put those expectations on Matt Chapman. We know we're going to get amazing glove work from Matt Chapman, but in terms of the actual performance with the bat, MVP level, let's not set that expectation. Okay, let's not set an MVP expectation for Matt Chapman. Let's expect a Gold Glove third baseman, and let's root and hope for a bounce back season. Rough 24 hours for the regular reporters. John Heyman giving some credit to Jay Brown, Jordan Brown, and Carlos Baerga with the scoops on Rizzo and Chapman. I do believe that there's a good chance that Chapman will bounce back. I do believe that. All right, make sure to hit that like, everybody. If you have not hit the like yet for this morning, what a crazy, exciting morning we have going on. We're going to continue going through all of this, talking about it as news is breaking all around us. You can't stop the news. 322 likes. Make sure to hit the like. Let's see if we can get a like spike going. Get us over 400. If you have not hit the like yet, if you're excited about this morning, if you love the trade, if you're the Phillies, if you're the Cubs, you're a Blue Jays fan, make sure to hit that like. If you're excited and pumped about what's going on this morning for your teams. Thank you, everybody, for hopping in. I see a super chat coming in from Roe Wood. Rangers need to grab one of Castellanos, Bryant, Conforto, or Soler quick. I'm losing hope on filling that need. Got to move quick. Definitely feels like there's a sense of urgency in the air today. It definitely feels like that is out there. Now, again, back to the question for the Blue Jays. What's Brandon saying? Hold on, I got to see what that tweet was. Oh, did it go away? Yeah, there it is. What's the actual tweet? Blue Jays should now. Oh my God. So Brandon Weil, Blue Jays should now pivot to a Votto trade. Could include Randall Grichuk to offset some of the salary. Now Votto's got 2 years left on his deal. You know, it's not a bad idea. Lefty bat. Votto could slide to DH. You shouldn't have to give much up for Votto because Votto is expensive. There's a lot of money there. I don't know, though. If I'm looking for upside, I know Votto had a nice bounce back year last year. He's getting, every year, is another age. Can he keep it going? Perry, yes, fantastic morning to you as well, Perry. Thank you for the super chat. Rowood, thank you for that super chat also. Anthony, thank you for the super chat. Is this on Twitch? Looking, can't find it. I'm not on Twitch right now. No, just on YouTube. One Yankee on the Blue Jays acquisition of Matt Chapman. They're not messing around. This division is going to be crazy. The Blue Jays are going to be gunning for the World Series this year. You go one of two ways. You can empty the clip now, go trade for Joey Votto, spend the money like crazy and get Freddie Freeman, whatever you feel that you need to do. I still think a lefty bat would be good, so maybe Michael Conforto. I see some people tweeting about Michael Conforto, Eddie Rosario. There are some lefty bats out there that might not be as expensive. So you want to try to get the lefty bat. Or maybe you wait, you start the year with this team, and you have a decision to make. You have a decision to make when it comes to at the trade deadline. Maybe there's more trades to be made at the trade deadline. Angelo, thank you for subscribing. Welcome in, everybody. All right, it is audience participation time. Comment in the chat your grade for the Blue Jays on the trade. All right, comment on the chat A, B, C, D, F. Comment your grade for the Blue Jays in the trade. Now that we have all of the pieces in front of us. Again, Chapman to the Blue Jays for Gunnar Hoglund, Kevin Smith, Zach Logue, and Kirby Snead. This is an A for me. Canadian Card Breakers, thank you for subbing. Welcome in. I really hope that we can just load up on some more Blue Jay subs with this whole thing. I love growing the Blue Jay community as well. A lot of A's and B's. It's an A and it's a B. I mean, it's all A's and B's. If you're anything less than that, you're mad or trolling. A's across the board. I mean, it is definitely, it is A. A, all the way. It is an A trade for the Toronto Blue Jays. They hold on to Jordan Groshans, which might make it easier for them to, again, maybe they don't lock Chapman up. Joel, thank you for subscribing. Maybe they don't lock him up because you still got Jordan Groshans. Or are they holding on to Jordan Groshans for something else? Jordan's not that far away from being Major League ready. So again, does that mean that he's coming to the club? They might have to slide him to the outfield. There's so much that could happen here, and it's all really exciting. All about that. Let's see. Chris Sale says he is not vaccinated. That is coming out this morning, which means he cannot currently pitch against the Yankees in Yankee Stadium, cannot pitch against the Blue Jays up at the Rogers Center. So there you go. Let's see. Relaxation destination. I'm crying as a Mets fan. Schwarber to Philly. I know. Mets fans, listen. At the end of the day, the team is massively improved over last year, right? I know that there have been aspirations of Schwarber and Bryant and Rodon and Chapman and so many pieces, and seeing a lot of it going away. I refer to it as the Max Scherzer hangover when Scherzer first signed the deal, that all of a sudden there's not as much money. Now, we know there's still a lot of money to be had, but it just didn't work out. Your team is not done. I do not believe the Mets are A, done. And remember, B, they are still vastly improved. Vic, thank you for subscribing. Welcome in. Chapman has a 931 OPS at Rogers Center. He rakes there. It's a good park for him. It is a good park. Listen, the Blue Jays do remain righty dominant. What does that mean? I'll put it this way. It's nice to have the righty-lefty combination, but I mean, it neutralizes, for the most part, it neutralizes any lefty that's coming in to pitch to this Blue Jay lineup better strap in and double cup that day, because they're going to get rocked. Any lefty that's coming in, whether you're coming out of the bullpen or whether you're starting that day, good effing luck if that is your day, because this lineup is so righty dominant. We would like certainly some lefties other than Kevin Biggio, but at the end of the day, it's going to neutralize, it's going to negate any lefties that are coming in to Rogers Center to pitch against the Blue Jays. So I look at it that way. If you're like, man, we need more lefties, we don't have any lefties, we're so righty dominant, good luck to any lefty pitcher that has to pitch against the Blue Jays. You won't have them go to the bullpen to bring in a lefty. Try to find the positives here. All right, now that we have cooled off on the grades for Chapman, I see some more grades coming in. Glimmo, B+ on the Chapman trade. At least it's a B+. Grade, come on now with your grade for the Athletics. What is your grade for the A's in this trade? A, B, C, D, or F? Give me your grade for the Athletics in this trade. If I'm grading it, C+, that's my grade. Jock Peterson's another lefty. Thank you, Vibes, for throwing that name out there. What's up, 450 Dead Center? Let's go. Yes, indeed. Yes. I mean, for me, it's a C+. That is where I will go, because you get some prospects, you get some blue sky, you get some high ceilings. The only thing with Hoagland, again, he had the surgery. I see some B's, I see some C's. It's not totally one way. I do see some B's and a couple A's coming in. I think it's a C+. That is my grade for Matt Chapman. It would be great to have Kevin in the chat for real, but we have Kevin at least in this form.
What is going on? That was a half-assed effort, but fuck it. We're going to count.
What else do we have? Is that what we have? Is that everything that's going on right now? Framber Valdez has learned. I was terrified they gave up Marino. It's a huge W. Kevin, I'm tweeting you during this thing. A+. Winning the trade all over the place. Winning the trade all over the place. Upgrading the team. What's up, Tyler? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. This is a great trade for the Blue Jays. Welcome in, Tyler. Again, everybody make sure to check out Tyler. If you haven't subbed Tyler up, make sure to do that. If anything goes down with the Mets, you want to be able to get to Tyler and see his reaction and the Mets community, that Mets community that he's building over there. All right, so anything new? Suzuki gets a full no-trade clause in his deal with the Cubs, so it's 5 years, 85. Did somebody have 5? I think somebody had 5 for 70. Looks like it's 5 for 85 on Seiya Suzuki for the Cubs, which again, that's, you know, I'm sure the dollars are going to move around. That's an average of $17 million a year. probably closer to 15 million the first couple of years, closer to 20 on the back half of that. So I think that that's probably likely, but 5 for 85, that averages out to 17. It's good. Envy, are we really praising Chapman like this? What's wrong with him? It's a good deal. It's a good deal. Third base was a major problem for the Blue Jays last year. They've rotated a bunch of guys in there. There is a bounce back looming with Matt Chapman. What he did in 18 and 19, what he did in 2021. Give me something in between, maybe closer to that 19. I think that Matt Chapman bounces back in a big way. Cubs have 11 outfielders on the roster. Cubs are just loading up on depth. They have 11 outfielders. They have 7 middle infielders. And I guess they're just going to spread them out. What a morning. Again, comment with your thoughts on this morning. Schwarber to the Phillies. Suzuki to the Cubs. Chapman to the Blue Jays. What a great morning. I would love to. Can I do? No, I can't. There's no room. It's fine. Jeff, 85 for 5 plus posting fee on top of that. Right. That is the other element to this. We don't know exactly. I don't believe we know how much that is going. What that is going to cost the Cubs. But again, let's take a look at the Cubs real quick as we kind of bounce around. We can go back. You know what? I owed this, and I am going to do this. I hope you're still here. The Blue Jays with Chapman. There we go. I love it. Fangraphs. Thank you. Fangraphs is on it. So this is how they have the lineup shaking out with Matt Chapman. I am going to move some pieces around here. I really wish I could actually move. Wouldn't that be great? Fangraphs. Can you send out some like admin accounts so like you can move and play around with this? Springer, Bo, Vladdy, Teoscar, 1 through 4. Yeah. Maybe Chapman is 6, but I could also see Chapman being 5. I could see them playing around between 5 and 6 between Gurriel and Chapman. I could see it going either way. Chapman, Gurriel, whichever way you look at it here. Grichuk, and then Cavan, and then Danny Jansen. Cavan, the lone lefty on the squad. There's certainly, again, Matt Chapman could be 5, Gurriel could be 6. Move the hot bat around. But I think the top 4 is set. If Freddie Freeman came to Toronto, you're moving all of it around, right? Freddie Freeman's probably batting 2nd. Bo's batting 4th. Teoscar's down. The whole thing. But I like that, again, we've got the lineup. If Matt Chapman does hit 225, but can give us 30 home runs, out of the number 6 spot, I do expect a bounce back though for his bat. That's what I do believe. Very right-handed heavy, Envy, but again, I was talking about it before. Any lefty that goes up against the Blue Jays lineup, good luck to you. Good luck to any lefty that comes in. I mean, for the most part, as a right-handed hitter, you're going to see more right-handed pitching anywhere. You're used to that. And then when a lefty comes in, just the angle of it, you can tee off on that. Kyle, welcome to BALLCAP Nation Gold, Kyle. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for becoming a member of the BALLCAP Nation Gold group. I appreciate that. Kyle gets the badges. Kyle gets the custom emojis. That badge will upgrade as you remain a member. So welcome to you, Kyle. I believe a super chat just came over, but it hasn't popped up on mine. There we go. Are the Jays the favorite to win the AL East? We're not done yet. We're not done yet. There is still Freddie Freeman maybe going to Tampa or Boston, and still more pieces that could happen. We're not done yet, but this lineup, they are in the conversation to win the American League East. 1,000%. The Blue Jays can win the American League East with this lineup. 1,000%. Let's see here. I do want to do one thing because it keeps coming up every time. Usually it's when somebody becomes a member, and I can understand this. People asking, how do I become a member? So I want to try to pin that for you guys so you can actually do that. Where is that? No, that's not right. Oh, they can't do that. What is this? Ooh, that's not what we want either. Well, that's such an old video too. That's crazy. Okay, we'll try that. I'm gonna put a link in the chat for anybody that might be interested in becoming a member. There are two different options for becoming a member. Yeah, joining from desktop is the best way to do it. This should do it. If you have any interest, again, in becoming a member, again, you get the badges, you get custom emojis. Your name in the chat is highlighted. So when the chat gets going, when it's crazy, when we have over 1,000 people here, 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, wherever we get to, your name is highlighted. It's easier for you to stand out. So I'll pin that. And if you have any interest in becoming a member, there's a $2 and a $5 option. You can choose which one you want if you're interested. Again, make sure to hit that like. We are at 430 right now. Want to get past 500 on deal day. That's what we are calling today. Today is deal day. With everything going on, we got the Blue Jays trading for Matt Chapman, giving up a very comfortable package of prospects. We get Hal misses the lockout. I have a feeling if you're a member, if you're a fan of certain teams, you might. Let's see here. Again, you've got that deal going down. I'm going to assume, if I know these Fangraphs people like I think I know them, they probably already got Schwarber here to the Phillies. There they go. They've got Schwarber batting second for the Phillies. They go Schwarber and Harper. I think you want to get a righty in between there. But again, it just you play the matchups. Stuart, thank you for upgrading to a BALLCAP Nation Platinum. I appreciate that. Thank you for that, Stuart. Thank you for the support, and thank you for some of the new subs. Games start tomorrow. Actual spring training games start tomorrow. So some of these guys want to get signed so they can get their at-bats in. Prior to the game starting, what was the hurry? But now that you got games starting, there's some more reason. I think games might start. Do games start today? Games are starting, though. Let's take a look at the Cubs. So there's Schwarber and the Phillies. Let's take a look at the Cubs. Cubs. I don't know if they're going to have Suzuki on here because that's all just going down right now. So they don't have Suzuki yet. Although they do, right there. So you've got Ortega, Schwindel, Contreras, Happ, Suzuki. They've got him penciled in for left. Wisdom, Hayward, Simmons, and Madrigal. Nico Horner, no. Harold Ramirez, remember he was signed? He's obviously a bench bat. But this is how it sort of shakes out for the Cubs. And again, I was of the belief that the Cubs were going to basically take a year off, retool, rebuild, get some pieces, They signed Suzuki. They signed Stroman. They signed Wade Miley. So they are, I don't think they're taking a year off. I think the Cubs, with these pieces, are going to be competitive. Now, do they win the Central? Maybe some more pieces need to happen. But in terms of a 60-win year, I think that the Cubs are going to be competitive. The Braves lineup on Fangraphs. That's a great question. Let's pull that up after all of the Olsen stuff yesterday. I got to think Olsen fits in to that 3 spot. There he is. No, they have him as 2. Well, they just did a plug and play. So right now they've got Albies, Olsen, Riley, Ozuna, Duvall, Swanson, Darno, Waters, and Heredia. Acuna certainly is a key piece here. Did anyone see which Blue Jays game will be broadcast on Sports? I have not seen that yet. So if you have, you can comment in the chat and help Colin out there. Madrigal's a stud. Amazing. He's 9th. It's just right. Tough batter for the number 9 spot. When Acuna is back, in my opinion, everybody slides down 1 on this list for the Atlanta Braves. You get Acuna back, everybody slides down. And there's still more moves to be made for Atlanta. I don't think they're done in the least bit. I don't think Atlanta is done. Harold, a mid lineup. Are you referring to the Cubs? They could use to add another piece or two, but again, some of these moves they just feel like they are within a 3-year plan, with a 3-year plan in mind, right? Because Contreras is a free agent and they haven't extended him, so we don't know which way that goes. But a lot of the moves they've made just feel like they have a 3-year plan in mind, a 3-year plan to decide, okay, can we do enough to improve the team and then we really push, or do we have do we not get to that level where we think we're ready? It just feels like there's maybe a 3-year plan here with the Cubs, with these signings, because they're signing some players for multi-year deals that should be a part of the next come up for the Cubs. Posting fee will be on top of the 85. That was 12 minutes ago from Rosenthal. Is there any update on that? Don't have it yet. Crazy morning. Crazy morning. I absolutely love it. Look how old the Yankees lineup is now. Hal, I know. Listen, at least you didn't trade for Joey Votto. Okay? At least that didn't happen. If you had gone Joey Votto and not Anthony Rizzo, that would have been bad news. You would have really been old. The guys from Talking Yanks were on. Jake and Jim were on last night after the Rizzo deal, and you could tell Jimmy's not happy. But again, at least it wasn't Votto. Votto's 38, 37, 38. Handheld Nintendo fan, what's going on? Welcome in. Tom, welcome. Thank you for subbing. Kyle, thank you for subbing. GB Spirit, thank you for subscribing. All of the new subscribers here, thank you for subscribing. Welcome in. Welcome to the community. Happy to have you here. We are taking a look, reacting to the big news of the morning. And finally, we have a Freddie Freeman tweet. It is not a Freddie Freeman deal, but we have a tweet on Freddie Freeman. John Heyman, Red Sox remain very much in the mix for superstar first baseman Freddie Freeman as Yankees and Jays fall out of the bidding with other acquisitions. Rays and Dodgers are interested as well. I also think you can consider the Padres as a potential there to also fit in for Freddie Freeman. Can you imagine a world where Freddie Freeman is on the Rays? Everything's upside down. if the Rays are spending that kind of money on Freddie Freeman. So we have a tweet from John Heyman on finally somebody talking about Freddie Freeman and how all of this is, because this stuff, this Blue Jays trade, Matt Chapman trade, does have Freddie Freeman implications. Crazy morning, absolutely love it. Suzuki is $85 million, and the posting fee is on top of that. That we do know this morning. Harold, they never really needed Freddie Freeman. It would have been just, you want to call it overkill. Maybe they were doing it to try to get the offer up so that if the Red Sox or Yankees did get Freeman, they had to just pay out the nose for him. I don't know. But I do think that when you look at it from a perspective with the Blue Jays and the fits and what they need, Matt Chapman was a bigger need. They have ground ball pitchers. They have a lot of ground ball pitchers on that team. So to now have a Gold Glove winning third baseman that has the upside with the bat to be a prime heart of the lineup kind of guy. Now, he has not been that. He definitely was not that last year, but he has been that. 18 and 19, he was that. 2020, I feel like a broken record. I throw 2020 out, whether you were bad or good. I'm not judging you based on 2020. But the problem is 2021 got worse. Now you send him into a new situation. Again, can we get Dante Bichette to talk to Matt Chapman? Dante Bichette worked wonders with Teoscar Hernandez. He did amazing things as a hitting instructor. He was not the hitting coach, but he was an instructor and advisor. Did amazing things. So I would love for them to get Dante and Matt Chapman in the same room. And again, of course, Dante Bichette was Bo Bichette's very first hitting instructor, and that worked out very well. Matt Chapman is one of the best defensive third basemen in the league, but his bat is inconsistent. Very true. Jays versus Mariners, ALCS, Drex. I'll take that. I'll take that. And again, what are we all thinking about with the departure of Marcus Semien? How do we replace his production? This does that. Done. Check that box. With Matt Chapman, with his potential with the bat, with George Springer, a full year of George Springer, with Kevin Biggio getting second base back, I fully expect a bounce back from Kevin Biggio. With those three things, I think they have replaced Marcus Semien's production. And remember, Marcus Semien is probably going to regress a little bit. Not that his skills are going to start to diminish. Just, I don't see Marcus Semien having another season like last year, 2021. So Marcus Semien was probably going to have a little bit of a comeback. 5-10% down from last year. Hard to repeat and equal or better the best year a second baseman has ever had in the history of baseball. So I do believe that with Chapman, with a full year of Springer, and with a Kevin Biggio bounce back, the Blue Jays have replaced Marcus Semien's production. They have gotten better defensively. I'm happy. I am happy across the board at the Blue Jays. I am happy for Cubs fans and Seiya Suzuki. I am happy for Phillies fans and Kyle Schwarber. I'm happy for Kyle Schwarber. This will great. Vladdy and Teo will also regress. Jay, that's a fair point. Do we expect Vladdy to do the same thing over and over again, to just kind of run out monster seasons like that? I think we can agree that Vladdy will have a very similar season, close to. I think about Marcus Semien, it's the age. All right, that's the point. Jay's only thing I'll say about that is the age. Semien is an older player. Vladdy is a younger player, so Vladdy still has. You could still see Vladdy at some point, maybe not this year, having a better year. Maybe not in all of those statistical categories, but in some of them. Maybe with the batting average or with the power or something like that. You can see Vladdy, because of how young he is Now, I'm not going to say Vladdy's going to become a 60 home run guy, but I think you understand what I'm saying there. The chances of Freddie heading to LA, Wade, I still think that is most likely to be the scenario for Freddie Freeman, is that he ends up with the Dodgers. Got to trade Grichuk and Kirk. I see some people, again, tweeting me. Follow me on Twitter. Sometimes you follow me on Twitter. You send stuff to me on Twitter. It'll get through because I'll be looking at my phone, looking for alerts, and that'll get through. Still need a lefty bat, Johnny. That is correct, and there are lefty bats available. If that is your initial thought with this, it's like, this is great, defensively great, offensively, I don't know, I'm a little worried. And where's our lefty bat? Jock Peterson is still a free agent. Eddie Rosario is still a free agent. Michael Conforto is still a free agent. Those are lefty bats that you could probably get and make room for. Grichuk would have to be on the way out. Grichuk would have to be traded. Grichuk could be traded. I brought it up yesterday. I feel like Grichuk for a bullpen arm. Why not? Why not? I think with Grichuk's salary, it might be harder to get a deal done for anything of great value in terms of the return. But I think you could probably get a good bullpen arm back for Randal Grichuk, an impact bullpen arm back for Randal Grichuk. But again, Grichuk may stay with the team if they don't make any other moves. If nobody else, the only reason you trade Randal Grichuk is if you have somebody else coming in. I don't think you trade Randal Grichuk just to trade Randal Grichuk. I think the only reason you trade Randal Grichuk is if you have someone coming in or you already brought somebody in. Rosario would be a nice fit. Conforto is probably looking for a multi-year deal. My hot take this whole time has still been Michael Conforto takes the 1-year route. The Marcus Semien 1-year deal. Mortal literally woke up 2 minutes ago. I know whether you're on wherever you are in the country, you could just be waking up to this news. Whether you're on the East Coast, you're up late, just waking up now, slept in. On the West Coast, it is 7:44 in the morning. You might be just waking up to this news. Big stuff happening this morning. 3 big deals. Chapman to the Blue Jays. Schwarber to the Phillies. Suzuki to the Cubs. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I hope the Jays keep Kirk and use him as a backup and DH to complement Moreno. The catcher situation is interesting. Reese McGuire, I like Reese. I feel like they need to trade Reese McGuire. Now, Reese McGuire's a lefty bat, so his value is there. They really like Danny Jansen. This is all over the place, and that's what makes it exciting. All TO Sports, thank you for the super chat. If supported/protected in the lineup, anything is possible. Yes, agree with you on that. Oh. Not going to break anybody's phone or anything like that, but the Tigers have re-signed Willie Peralta. I like that. Tigers fans, you probably like that. Willie Peralta did nicely for you last year. Willie Peralta was one of my under-the-radar pitchers that were still available, and he's going back to the Tigers. So Tigers fans, this isn't Luis Castillo, this isn't Fricky Montas, this isn't any of that. But when you looked at your rotation with Turnbull out for the year, this is a nice move. Willie Peralta coming over. Willie Peralta is now probably going to slide into that number 5 spot. Tyler Alexander can go to the bullpen. Muffin Man, thank you for the super chat. I'm from Aussie, and it's 12:45 a.m. This new at this time, OMFG. Yes, other parts of the country. If the Blue Jays, if anybody, if there's big moves in baseball that happen early, it's gonna throw everybody off. Suki will miss Gunnar. Okay with the rest. And again, Gunnar, we don't know what Gunnar's going to be. He had Tommy John surgery. He needed to come back, and we needed to see what kind of pitcher he was. I am shocked. I really am surprised that Oakland took this trade. I really am. I think he might have missed it. I'm live now. All right. That is my feeling, is that... Oh, and Casey, thank you for subscribing, becoming a member. Thank you for that. The BALLCAP Nation Platinum. Thank you, Casey. Welcome in. Again, the benefits of being a member, whether it's a platinum or a gold. You get the badges. You get custom emojis. Platinum members get 2 videos a month that only go to platinum members. And you get your name highlighted when you are commenting in the chat. It stands out more when we have these larger streams with 1,000 plus in the chat. Let's see. Jameson, that is a very nice under the radar sign. It is. It really is. I love it. Keeping Groshans and yes, Mike. Keeping Jordan Groshans. Really. That surprised me. I thought he would have been a part of the deal. There we go. That looks good. Postseason hero Eddie Rosario has narrowed his choices to 3 teams. And who are they, John? How does he not have the 3 teams? Come on now. How does he not have the teams? Come on now. Give us one, John. And again, we talk about Eddie Rosario could be a fit for the Blue Jays. Could go to Atlanta. Atlanta with the Matt Olson deal. Now, I know they threw more money at Matt Olson. Matt Olson's probably going to get about $5 more million, but it's only $5 more million this year that he would have through arbitration. So the money that they would have given to Freeman, they're saving. Don't just pocket that, Braves. Go out and get Soler, go get Rosario, go get Jock, get one of those 3 back, or make a move for somebody else to improve the lineup. Keona Kila in agreement with the Arizona Diamondbacks is another move that is coming over this morning. A busy morning. A lot is happening. Matt Chapman to the Blue Jays. Gotta love it. Nick, Dipoto fleeced the Reds better than the Blue Jays fleeced the A's. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. What's this from Luke Voigt? Tough to be Luke Voigt right now. Luke Voigt this morning, I had a coach in the minors tell me, you're always playing for 29 other teams. I've just got to keep doing what I'm doing and be ready for whatever happens. Tough. Think about the human element to this. Luke Voigt is out here, has no idea who he's going to be playing for. There's a lot of noise. You got to be able to shut that out. You got to be able to block that noise out. The Cubs got Fukudome number 2, Robert. That's funny. But I like Seiya Suzuki. Again, let's talk a little bit about it. We put some of this stuff together this morning. Let's grab a couple of things here from this morning as we kind of can recap some of the news. This was how we led off today with the breaking news as these deals were coming in. Again, let's skip ahead because I do want to talk about Matt Chapman. Let's talk about Matt Chapman for a minute. Let's revisit this because, again, the knock on him is that his strikeouts have gone up and the batting average has gone down. That's not a good combination. Taking a look at his percentile rankings. The far graph is from 2021. The close graph is from 2019. That was his last really good offensive season. So Matt Chapman, look at 96 percentile exit velo, 96 percentile hard hit rate, barrel rate 85%, walk rate 75th percentile, chase rate 83rd percentile for Matt Chapman. Right? Great stuff in 2019. In 2021, the exit velo, the hard hit rate, it all dropped. The walk rate has improved. God, could you imagine if that didn't? The barrel rate stayed the same, but the exit velo, the hard hit rate, something, he changed something with his approach. I hope that he can get it back on track. I am going to be optimistic that he will get it back on track, and you can see a nice bounce back from Matt Chapman. Again, this is the other nice piece to Matt Chapman is the money. $9.5 million is the projected arbitration number. There's another year of arbitration next year. I think you're going to know what the Blue Jays mindset is rather early here. Are they going to buy out these last 2 years of arbitration and then go to buy the, his age 31, 32 season as well, maybe age 33 season? What is that? Is that their mindset, or are they going to ride out these arbitration years and stay financially conservative, knowing that there's a Vladdy extension looming, knowing that there's a Bo extension looming? You don't want to financially not be able to re-sign those two players, lock them up because you gave Matt Chapman 2 more years than you could afford. So that's important. And I think we'll find that out relatively soon. I think if they're going to lock up Matt Chapman, they'll do it now. Again, get those last 2 years of arbitration, the first couple years of free agency, and then there you go. Be interesting to see what they do. If they don't do that, if that is not something that we hear about, then there's a good chance that they just let that, they're going to let it ride. Again, the package is important here to consider. They did not give up the future with Jordan Groshans or any of the other big pieces. Moreno's still there. I mean, Gunnar Hoglund, again, I don't understand why Oakland does this trade. Gunnar Hoglund's coming off of Tommy John surgery. Smith made his debut with the Blue Jays last year, and it was quite underwhelming. There's still some upside there. And then the other pitchers, Snead is not a top prospect. And the other guy, I'm blanking on his name, is the number 27 prospect. And again, he's the number 27 prospect, and his major league time starts now. So it's not like he's the number 27 prospect and he's 21 years old and there's time to rise. There's really no more room for that. So this is kind of an underwhelming trade for the Oakland Athletics. I say that because if you're the Blue Jays, again, maybe you ride out these arbitration years. You feel less inclined to have to lock him up for 5 years because you gave up, like the Blue Jays did for Jose Barrios. They locked up, they gave up Austin Martin, they gave up Simeon Woods Richardson, and you got to lock up Jose Barrios if that's what you do. This is going to be interesting to watch. This will be interesting to see. Again, just throwing out different scenarios. That's a little, out of left field on that one, but you never know. Just all different thought processes have to come in mind here. Muffin Man, thank you for the super chat. How crazy would it be if Matt Chapman is top 5 in MVP votes? Well, he's been a MVP vote getter in the past. That's what I when I pull up his stats here, he was 6th in MVP voting in 2019. He was 7th in MVP voting in 2018. And again, this is only going to be his age 29 season. This is not an over-the-hill player. This is not a player who is 32. You had, some people saying, hey, now would be a great time to go get Joey Votto. Okay, maybe, because he's a lefty bat, because, there's obviously there's the obvious connections with Joey Votto, but the problem is Joey Votto's a lot of money. Sure, he would be off the books in 2 years, but it might prevent you from doing other things. And if the fall off for Joey Votto, the cliff is right around the corner based on his age. Love the bounce back. He changed his batting stance and everything. That's great. I love that. But the skills are going to start to diminish, and it could happen in very quick fashion. And if you're the Blue Jays, you can't afford that right now. This team wants to win the World Series. They're going to be making championship moves. I don't know if Joey Votto's a championship move. Strike Blitz, what's up? No reason his stats shouldn't get inflated because of Toronto now. Think about who's going to be hitting around him. Okay? Here's what I would love. When we looked at the Blue Jays lineup, they had Matt Chapman batting 6th. That is not going to help Matt Chapman offensively. You know what would help Matt Chapman offensively? And I don't know if they're going to do it. We have an Andrew Chafin deal, folks. I don't know if the Blue Jays are going to do it, but What if you had Chapman hitting in front of Laddie? Look what that did for Marcus Semien. He made Marcus Semien an MVP candidate. Look what it did. If you have Matt Chapman hitting in front of Laddie, just imagine. So, just something to think about. Maybe the lineup goes Springer, Chapman, Vladdy to try to get Chapman fired up. And then Bo, 4. And then Teoscar and Gurriel and on and on and on. Just a thought. I just got goosebumps thinking about that. That or maybe it's cold in here. We're going to get to Chafin in just a second. Final touches on Chapman. I think that's everything we had. That's everything we had on Chapman. All right. So, again, there we go. Matt Chapman, love that move. We have a Chafin deal.
Jansen/hater.
Let's see. I see the super chat coming over. Too much of a lag. This lag's killing me. Where'd it go? Oh, there's Matt. There's Matt. Anybody looking for Matt Chapman in a Braves jersey? There he is. Looking fit, looking good, looking happy. Crank some, Matt. Andrew Chafin has an agreement with the Tigers. Tigers fans, you've asked me time and time again, what do I think the Tigers are going to do? It just felt like, I've told you, depth and bullpen. And you get a great bullpen piece. Maybe the best, he is the best lefty that is available. No doubt about it. The best lefty that's available. And he's one of the best relievers that's available. Depends on how you feel about Kenley Jansen. Andrew Chafin to the Tigers is a great get. Olsen, not Chapman. Did I say Matt Chapman again? Dude, the names. The names. I do apologize for that. Yes, that is Matt Olsen. They're lining up to take some at-bats. Thank you, guys. Let's see. Laureano still has 27 games left on his suspension. 2 years, $13 million. We're still waiting on the deals. There's too many Matts. 2 years, $13 million. All right, the deals are coming in. Ken Rosenthal with the dollars. Andrew Chafin close to the Tigers on a 2-year contract in the $13 million range. I'm sorry, not Matt Olson, Matt Chapman. What a morning. A lot of moves this morning. I mean, this is the second deal for the Tigers this morning. Peralta and now Chafin. It's a great deal for the Tigers. They're going to be competitive, and they're doing it, in my opinion, in a very smart way. Will we see? Will all of this lead to Freddie Freeman? Will it lead to Chris Bryant? Will it lead to Trevor Story? Will that happen today? We had Keone Aquila to the Diamondbacks, a minors deal. Be ready the midseason. Mergle, thank you for finding me over on Twitch. Make sure to subscribe, everybody. If you have not subscribed, stay close to the channel. Over 500 likes. Make sure to hit the like. Let's try to get that like count over 600 if you haven't used your like yet. And you are excited about everything that's going on this morning. Usually now is when we are just coming on live, 11 a.m. But we've been going for an hour and 40 minutes with all of the news. What's going on, Slayer? It has been a crazy morning. I am screwing up names left and right because names are flying around all over the place here. Names are flying around all over the place with what is happening.
What is going on?
I have no idea, Kevin. We can't get Kevin for real, so we have Kevin that way. Freeman to the Rays. No, don't say it. Don't say it, William. Please. Can't have it. Can't have it. Go to the Dodgers, please. Freddie Freeman, do us all a favor. Go to the Dodgers. Rays fan, oh my God. Don't dampen the day, Tampa Rays. Don't do it. Tigers are going to be good right now. I love the Fernando Tatis wrist. Tigers are going to be really good. Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson will be up this year. They're putting all the pieces together. I expect Skubal and Mize to take steps. I think Manning takes a step. And Manning, you can see, take a step to kind of what Mize did last year, and Mize takes a step to being the leader of that rotation. You got the veteran leadership with Rodriguez. So that I really like what the Tigers are doing. Thank you, Sandy City. Appreciate that. I'm happy about this deal. I don't think so precise. I can't see it. Jordan Romano's the closer. Jordan Romano is the closer. I don't see, there's some people have thrown out maybe they trade for Kimbrel. I don't know about, listen, if they're going to trade or try to go out and acquire significant bullpen additions like that, in my opinion, you do that in season. They have so many good pieces, right? Romano, Richards, Simber, Barucki supposedly looks amazing. Luke, Michael, thank you for becoming a BALLCAP Nation Gold member. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate that. One of the pitching coaches was on the Walk-Off podcast. They do their Friday live stream where they talk all Blue Jays. Jays fans, if you haven't discovered the Walk-Off podcast, look them up. But they had one of the Jays pitching coaches or pitching instructors or somebody connect. It's not coming to me who it was, but saying that Ryan Barucki looks really good. You got Barucki, you got Mize. I like the Jays bullpen. And can't forget that they signed Yimi Garcia. So there are some good people. I think Julian Merriweather can have a bounce back. So there are some really good pieces there for the Jays and their bullpen. If there's going to be anything big that goes on, again, I think it happens in season. Mr. Mike, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for that donation. Mets are way too quiet. Something is bound to happen. Part of me feels bad for the Mets. I know you wanted Chafin. There were hopes of a Chapman thing at some point. They're not done yet. Mets, you're not done yet. The Mets will do something. Let's do a refresh. It has been that kind of morning. Have to refresh the notifications to see what is going on. Hector Gomez, Acuna with a Grizzlies jersey. All right. Framber Valdez working on, I guess, a cutter now. Okay. Ben Nicholson Smith tweeting. Interested to read Ben's thoughts on this. The return for Matt Chapman, Gunnar Hoglund, Zach Logue, Kevin Smith, and Kirby Snead strikes me as a very A's package. Logue and Smith aren't the splashiest additions, but both do a lot well and could impact at MLB level this year. Hoglund brings upside in future years. Got to remember who you're trading with, right? It's Oakland. They know what they're doing. So Kirby Snead's going to become the next Jake Diekman's going to be lights out lefty. Zach Logue, another lefty. Listen, again, my thing on him is that he's already major league. He's at the major league. He's at the point where he's ready to be in the bigs, and he was the number 27 prospect. So that gives you an idea of the upside, of the ceiling, of his grading out. He's not going to be elite, but again, remember, it's Oakland. They know how to develop pitching. They know how to develop prospects. They know how to scout. They know how to find all that. Gunnar Hoglund coming off the Tommy John surgery. Let's see. Kevin Smith made his debut last year with the Jays. It was a little ho-hum. What can he be? Thank you. Some more super chats coming in. Do I think the Cardinals will snag Story, Raisin, Brand? I've got it between Cardinals and Twins at this point. From everything we're hearing, everything we're seeing, we know Trevor Story's turning down deals if he can't be the shortstop. So give me a situation with Cardinals or the Twins. And if we're thinking financially, I think the Cardinals might be in a better position to do that. Kyle, thank you for the super chat. Thoughts on the Chapman deal? Now it's official. I am happy. I wanted the upgrade at third base. I believe you put him in that lineup, good things can happen. Kyle, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about this earlier. This might be a stretch, but why the hell wouldn't you bat Matt Chapman second ahead of Vladdy? Look at what that did for Marcus Semien last year. Bo does not need to hit in front of Vladdy. Bo can hit fourth. You go Springer, Chapman, Vladdy. At least try it. Can we at least try it? And then you go Bo, and then you go Teoscar and Lourdes and down the line. Can we please try that? I would really like to see if that can jumpstart Matt Chapman. Would love to see that. Braves definitely not done, William. That is for sure. There will be more for the Braves to do, whether it's one of the familiar faces from last year, whether it's somebody new. So I really like that. Strike Blitz, we are on the same page with that. 2-hole all day for Chapman. I think that just, you want to jumpstart that bat. We know what it could be. We know what Matt Chapman's bat can be. Let's go back over here. Rather than pulling up the art, let's just pull it up here. Thank you, Up Forever, for finding me over on Twitch. Shane, thank you for subscribing. Again, thank you to all of the new subs right now. Look, last year, okay, offensively, not great. Don't like it. But what he was in 18 and 19 at age 25 and 26, I got to think he can find that again at age 29. He's only 29. Maybe it feels like he's been around longer, but he's only 29 years old. That's a good thing. Experienced veteran player. We know what we're getting. 3-time Gold Glove winner. MVP votes. Finished 6th in MVP voting in 2019. 7th in MVP voting in 2018. The Blue Jays have a history of taking players from Oakland and turning them into absolute solidified monsters that are a nightmare to go up against. Absolutely a nightmare to go up against. Matt Chapman, number 2, makes sense all day long.
What is going on?
That's all I'm saying. Oh man, who sleeps on the Rays? If anybody sleeps on the Rays, wake the hell up. Until the Blue Jays can go into Tampa and actually win games, sorry. I hate playing in that. I hate playing in that damn park. Because you just, I don't know what it is, but the Blue Jays don't win in Tampa, and it drives me nuts. No matter what iteration of the team, no matter what version of the team, they never win in Tampa, and it drives me mad. So good for you, Tampa, and being able to constantly just own that matchup. Isn't rickets a disease? Maybe. Kyle, thank you for joining the Platinum member group. I appreciate that, Kyle. Again, you get the badges, you get the custom emojis, and 2 videos exclusive to the Platinum member group. Appreciate that. Tommy, Red Sox have to be in on Rosario now. No, I think Rosario's market only grows. This is why you wait. If you're Rosario, Soler, and Jack Peterson, Michael Conforto, this is why you wait. You wait for the big names to drop, because those teams that don't get the big name guy all of a sudden come around to you. Your market grows. You can increase your asking price. Nick, thank you for the super chat. Freeman to Dodgers or Rays. At this point, Red Sox don't make sense because they have Dahlback and Devers, and they have Casas, who is going to be ready this year. Now, I don't think you avoid a Freddie Freeman deal because of that, but I do think that if the fit is less likely, then sure. So we have all of that on Matt Chapman. Again, I think there is some bounce back coming. My Jays order 1 through 6. I'll fire it off again. I'm going Springer. I'm going Chapman. I'm going Vladdy. I'm going Bo, Teoscar, and Gurriel. And I'll move it around as players get hot and cold. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate that, bro. Jays don't need any more pristine. They may not need it, but we want it. Only 17 likes away from 600. Make sure to hit that like. Get us up over 600. Just 17 likes away. Be sure to hit the like if you haven't yet. Cassis isn't a true fit at first per Cora. Thank you for updating me on that, Tommy. Well, we'll see how they fit. They got to fit him in somewhere. They're going to have to fit him in somewhere at some point. Time to order the Chapman jersey, Tyler. Right on. So the Jays will have money to spend. It depends on if they decide to lock Chapman up or not, but you got to think just on the payroll. They still got to pay out all of the arbitration guys. We'll see what they do. My team is Toronto. We'll see what the Jays end up doing when it comes to Chapman and locking him up or leaving him at the arbitration dollars. If they lock him up, then, he's probably, instead of 9 this year, maybe he's 14 or 15, throw another $5 million on that. But it definitely, if you were in the market for Freddie Freeman, that gives us an idea of how much money you had to work with. And don't be cheap. If you whatever money you had for Freeman, if there are pieces out there that you want, go get them. And again, a lefty bat still has to be in mind for the Toronto Blue Jays. We will see. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. Good stuff. Jumping over 600. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the like and getting us up over 600. 625 is the count as we have about 1,000 of you hanging out here. Wally, what's up, man? Don't see. Oh, it's got to be there. I think you have to hide the chat. I do believe if you're watching live, I think you have to hide the chat to hit the like if you're on your phone. If you're on your iPad or tablet, whatever your tablet is, if you're on a computer, a laptop, it's right there. If you are on your phone, you have to hide. Can I, just a real quick, let me do this first. Modified, thank you for the super chat. Do you think the Giants will still get a bat as more players come off the free agent list? I do. I know I had thought Suzuki was my prediction. Got that wrong. Okay? I'll get stuff wrong. I'll get stuff right. I'll get stuff wrong. Got that wrong. But you still got, again, Rosario's out there. Solaire's out there. They can use the DH spot for Soler. Conforto's out there. There are basically, for the Giants and a bat, if the player falls under the 9-figure number, that's what you got to work with. Can you see this player signing for less than $100 million? That player is in play. Now, let's think about this. The Carlos Rodon deal is about $20 million. I think it's like 22. And a couple other deals sprinkled in. So if they had told us that they weren't going over 100 on anybody, that might mean that what they have left to work with is about 50 to 60, maybe 70 left. So think, if you're really trying to narrow down who might the Giants get, that's the salary target you got to have for a potential Giants bat. Astro Typer, you called Chapman. Good call. Good call. We talked about it on Friday on here too. Chapman and Schwarber. We talked about it on Friday. Seemed like the fit when they were talking about big bats, thinking about everything, all the moving parts around the organism that is the Blue Jays. That just kind of made sense that they would go that route financially, fit-wise, all of it kind of looked like it would go that way. So there we go. There we are. I want an off-season grades video. We will do that. So will we do a so far? I honestly think that we're going to be... I think we're going to be able to do that grade video sooner rather than later, is my feeling. I think we'll be able to do that sooner rather than later. Who's more likely to be traded by the Yanks, Glaber or DJ? I think it's a good question. Probably Glaber. I think you could, at this point, still get more back for him. Castellanos market seems to be shrinking. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think that there's still a market. I still think there's a healthy market out there for Nick Castellanos. True Blaze need Chime to do something with Suzuki and Schwarber signed elsewhere. Castellanos, maybe Rosario, maybe Soler, maybe Conforto. Still a lot of, once those names are gone, then we can start to get into trouble time. I think the Padres cooking up something crazy. They might. They've got to do something. MVP sleeper. I don't know if I have a sleeper. I'd have to think about that more. Kyle, sounds like the Stros might not be keeping Correa. Is there new information out on Correa? Because I thought that they would. I thought that it was all looking good for that. Yeah, the latest news is the Chafin deal. Teams want to have rosters expanded by a couple players in April with the short spring, primarily for pitchers. They like to add another pitcher or two to the roster. Andrew McCutchen will primarily be used as a designated hitter, the Brewers say. Happy birthday to Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Sale has a broken rib. Ronald Acuna is wearing a Grizzlies jersey. It's crazy this morning. Dodgers are cooking up something crazy. I think Boston has some moves in that. Boston, I think they do too. I'm with you on that. Crazy morning right now again with the news. Chapman, Schwarber, Suzuki. We got Tigers signing Chafin and Peralta. We got a broken rib for Sale. We got Valdez working on a cutter. We got Matt Olson in a Braves jersey. What? What? Stop it! Stop it right now! I don't want to hear this. No. Don't you dare, Ken Rosenthal. No. Just for a second. Ken Rosenthal tweeting, the Blue Jays have spoken to the Guardians about a trade for Jose Ramirez with the idea of playing Jose Ramirez at second base. Sources tell The Athletic. Other teams showing interest in Ramirez as well. Still unlikely the Guardians will move him. Ramirez under club control for 2 more seasons. The Blue Jays still have the pieces. They still have the pieces after this Chapman trade because they held on to Jordan Groshans. They held on to major league players. They held on to Kirk. They held on to they held on to a lot of pieces they held on to all the pieces you would need to get Jose Ramirez. Now, again, Ken, yes, I agree with the sentiment that it is unlikely that Jose Ramirez will be traded now. Because he's under club control for 2 seasons. It's a combined $24 million contract. All of that. The Guardian, you got to sell a new name. You got all of that. So you need to keep your fans engaged. But you can put together a package with everything they didn't give. I mean, this is why you got to have if the Blue Jays feel like the window is now, then go for it. Maybe Jose Ramirez gets traded at the deadline. This was out last year. We knew that they were talking. I think they were talking before the deadline, the lockout deadline, everything. We just keep circling. It just keeps happening. The Blue Jays continue to circle on Jose Ramirez. Will they land him one day? Jose Ramirez's versatility to play third or second is key. I would love a Kevin Biggio bounce back season. However, if that means if we give up on that and Jose Ramirez is a second baseman, that's a trade I will make. That's a trade I will make every single time. Kevin Biggio, you think maybe would be included in that trade? Kevin's ability to play the outfield would be beneficial to Cleveland. Jordan Groshans can play the out. Jordan Groshans could slide to the outfield. I know the Indians will tell me. Indians fans, Jesus. Guardians. The Guardians fans will say up and down that we have enough infielders. We have prospects coming that are infielders. We need outfielders. Kevin could play the outfield. Jordan could slide to the outfield. If Lourdes Gurriel has to be included in the trade, he's an outfielder. I hope they could keep. I really hope they could keep that. But wow. This Jose Ramirez. Blue Jays have spoken to Guardians about a trade for Jose Ramirez with the idea of Ramirez playing at second base. I mean, this is more information. This is not just Blue Jays have checked in on Jose Ramirez or anything like that. They have a plan. The idea of playing Ramirez at second base. Is there a new tweet? There's a new tweet. Unclear how trade for Chapman will affect the Blue Jays' pursuit of Ramirez. Would guess Jays are reluctant to give up multiple top prospects in back-to-back trades. Okay, so we take a breath. You can't... Timing is everything, right? Timing is everything. Is Ken Rosenthal... Is the timing on this Guardians, Blue Jays, Jose Ramirez conversation... Did he just this follow-up tweet throws timing into question here. Kind of feel like that all should have been in the same tweet, but hey, there it is. Ken got a big tweet out there that's going to get a lot of traction. Right. Never mind then. Never mind. False alarm. Everybody go back to what you were doing before. This is, we are all good. Ken Rosenthal maybe getting a little jumpy with his, that. Nothing to see here, folks. Come on, Ken. Come on, Ken. You got me excited. Damn it. I'm reading that, knowing full well everything about the Chapman trade. I'm like, ooh. And then he's like, unclear if that would... Ken, come on. Read the room. Jeff, thank you for subscribing. Modified, thank you for subscribing. Gabe, thank you for becoming a member. Modified, thank you for becoming a BALLCAP Nation Gold member. That's what we were looking for. Clint, I am a Guardians fan and a Jays fan, so I would prefer to keep all of my boys on my two teams rather than JRam somewhere else. There you go. Win-win situation for you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the donation. I mean, come on, Ken. Ken, you're freaking me out. Do you even understand, Ken? I have an email that I need to send to Ken Rosenthal coming up here. Here's my email to Ken Rosenthal. Come on, Ken.
All of my boys on my two teams.
Come on, Ken. Again, in case you missed that, in case that lagged for you, my email to Ken Rosenthal. Come on, Ken. Thank you, Miguel. Appreciate that. Everybody hit the like if you have not hit the like yet. What do the Mets do now, Lucas? The Mets are still going to do Mets things. They're up. They won a lefty bat. So expect them to be in play for one of the lefty bats that are out there. Look for trades. Jeff McNeil, J.D. Davis, Dom Smith. I think the Mets are still good. Mets are still doing their thing. Maybe some of the players are dropping off the board that had been mentioned with the Mets, but similar players of a like skill set are still there. Brian, thank you for subscribing. Welcome in. My mini feed is all over the place. What is happening here? Raul, thank you for the super chat. Carlos Bayerga mentioned Jays want to get JRam. They do. We know that. We definitely know that. Nick, I will bet my last dollar that DePoto has checked in on Ramirez for second base. The only holdup is Guardians would probably want Hancock or Matt Brash. So let's think about that. Yeah, there's a lot of... Once Jose Ramirez is actually officially on the trade market, it's going to get intense. There are a lot of teams that are going to want Jose Ramirez. It would behoove the Blue Jays to try to get a trade done sooner rather than later because, yeah, the asking price is high right now, but imagine what the asking price is when there's 10 other teams banging on the door to get him. Rogers' 21 annual profit was $2.2 billion. Thank you for the super chat, Gary. But here's the thing. This is just how I feel the Blue Jays operate. I think he's got a budget line for the Blue Jays. So because of that, I don't get too jacked up thinking that we can go into Mets territory when it comes to the dollar amount. Again, thank you for putting that up there. I don't think we're going to go to Mets land for the salary. I think he's got a budget line, and that's where the Blue Jays fall. Jays do seem to want him the most. That is for sure. Let me check something real quick, guys. Hold on. Okay, good. With this news, we gotta check on Kevin. How you doing, brother?
What is going on?
I know. What do you think, Kevin? What do you think about that Ken tweet?
That was a half-assed effort, but fuck it. We're gonna count it anyway, boys.
Understood. Again, if we can't have them in real life, we've got a couple clips. The Discord. I've got a Discord. It's not up right now. It'll be a major pain for me to pull that up. Where the hell is it? It's not up. It's not open. What is that? Do I need that? I don't need that. What is that? I want that to go away. Perfect. There have been more signings than trades, which is the typical. I mean, that's typical. That's how it's going to roll. That's how it's going to happen. Edward, you had Jose second earlier in the chat. That's how it fits. Yes, Kyle, good. The buzzing is completely gone from yesterday. I figured out what that was. That was really fucking annoying. Really annoying, and I'm glad that I figured that out. Let's do a refresh, shall we, Harold? Let's do one. Ben Nicholson-Smith tweeting, worth exploring any time an MVP level player is potentially available. Price would figure to be extremely high here. Extremely high. And again, Cleveland has to be reluctant to do the deal for many reasons. They want to see if they can compete. They're selling a new team name, all of the merch that goes with it. And if you trade off the best player on your team, you're pissing the fan base off. So if they're going to trade him, it is probably closer to the trade deadline. The Blue Jays, I will argue until he is traded, because he will be traded at some point. The Blue Jays have an incredible package that they can give for him. And the thing is, the Matt Chapman trade does not prevent them from going out and making that deal. I understand that Gunnar Hoglund was the number 4. And that Kevin Smith was the number 9. But when I look at the future, Gunnar Hoglund would have continued to progress here. Manuel Beltre was going to be in front of Kevin Smith by the end of the year. Leo Jimenez was going to be in front of Kevin Smith was moving out of the top 10, in my opinion. So there are players that are on this top 25 that have room to grow. And that is what's important. C.J. Van Eyck continues to climb. Ricky Tiedemann, Irv Carter, Del Castro. Where's the catcher that they got? Victor Mesa. There are a ton of prospects that are going to continue to climb the ladder here. Sergio, thank you for the super chat. Dodgers signed Jake Lamb and trade Gavin Lux away. I think they're going to hold on to Gavin Lux. I think they're going to trade on to Gavin Lux. Do you think Pearson, Gurriel, and a couple prospects does it? I would hate to give that up, but that probably gets it done. I don't want to do that, for the record. I don't want to do that. I don't want to impact the chances to make a run at a championship. And I feel like if you trade Nate Pearson and if you trade Lourdes Gurriel Jr., yes, you have some addition, but you're losing some big pieces there. I would rather, knowing that again, look at how many 19-year-olds are in the top 25. Mesa, Tiedemann, Carter, DeCastro. You got a 17-year-old at number 10. You've got another surge coming in terms of prospects for the Toronto Blue Jays. You have a surge coming in terms of infusion to that top 10 to where Kevin Smith was going to get jumped. And he's now gone. That's okay. There is so much here. You got a 19-year-old. You got Machado, a 19-year-old at number 8. I'm just saying, it's a balanced situation in that prospect where you've got your top 10, and then the next 10 are ready. Their ages, their talents, everything, they're primed to move up. It's a good thing. Everything that they have done. So if they're trading for Jose Ramirez, they are going to have to give up a major league piece. Who is it? Maybe I don't know. I don't know, and I hate to even guess, but you've got a lot of other prospects. You can load up on prospects. We have a Heyman tweet. What's happening? Don't. Am I missing something? No, we're just sitting on the bench. Kyle, thank you for the super chat. Yes, the Blue Jays are dangerous. It is real life. It is time. It felt like it took a long time to get here, but we are here. What is this? Let's see. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. I'll have to come back to that. Again, tweet at me. Definitely tweet at me. Depressed A's fan in the chat. Brandon, I'll tell you this again. When I look at the package that you guys got, it doesn't look that great. I'm sorry. I know. It doesn't look that great. However, you have to trust that front office, that scouting department, Billy Beane. You have to trust that they knew these pieces are going to work. You have to trust that. There are two teams that I'm a little reluctant to trade with. It's Tampa and it's Oakland. Their scouting departments are second to none. You have to blindly follow and trust whatever they do until they do something drastically wrong. Both of those sides keep doing the right thing when it comes to player personnel and scouting. So you just have to trust it. That's where we're at. Hoagland is gone. But again, coming off of Tommy John surgery, if you're the Blue Jays, and again, with what you got behind him, with Kloffenstein, with Van Eyck, with Roberts, with the pitching they have right now, the pitching is, for the most part, I mean, Manoah's young. Pearson has to fit in there. He's still young. Barrios is young. Gosman's getting up there. Ryu is up there. But you've got young pieces that you can continue to build around moving forward. And as Ryu moves on, at the end of that Gosman deal, at that point, Kloffenstein should be there hitting his stride. And if it's not Kloffenstein that hits, you've got Roberts, you got Van Eyck, you got Carter, you got Tiedemann. You've got a bunch of pitchers in your top 15. All right, we're moving Kevin Smith out of the top 10. We're moving Gunnar Hoagland out of the top 10. Out of the top 25. So you've got a lot of pitchers in the top 25. Sandy, Guardians can use catching, outfield, and corner infield. Jays have those pieces to acquire. They do. You could do Kirk. You could do Groshans. You could do... Give him some pitching prospects. If you want to hold on to Pearson. If you want to hold on to Nate, it could be Nate Pearson, or you're going to have to add some pitching prospects in. Again, Kloffenstein, probably 2 pitching prospects or 1 Nate Pearson, I think gets that done in that trade. Weird Gaming Adventure and the Dodgers. You don't trade with the Dodgers. The Dodgers can be... Right, the Dodgers are, again, another good, when it comes to trades, when it comes to player personnel, they know what they're doing. They traded away 2 of their top prospects, and their system right now still looks great. Blue Jays in a similar situation, trading away 2 top prospects last year, and the system still looks good. I mean, that is the thing about Jose Ramirez. All of this, you got to think about this. They are trading the prospects. Last year, it was Simeon Woods Richardson, and it was Austin Martin. Now, it's Gunnar Hoglund, Kevin Smith, and some other pieces. They're getting some really nice stuff back. Do they do it again for JRam? That is it Hoglund? I apologize. I'm saying Hoglund. Hoglund? Thank you, Jason. Quite the morning. And of course, whenever we wrap, we're not wrapping, but whenever we do, we'll be back at the next big thing, right? Next big trade, a Freddie Freeman, a Chris Bryant, a Trevor Story signing. We'll be back when we get there. Mets have the best rotation in a 7-game series. You might have to face DeGrom and Max twice. Good luck, sir. Yeah, that's why it would be nice to have a couple of lefty bats. And listen, that's another reason why you could see the Jose Ramirez trade happen during the season. Because the Blue Jays could look at things and they could say, "Oh my God, we got 2 20-game winners there for the Mets. They can't be stopped. We got to be ready." And at that point, maybe they make the trade for Jose Ramirez. Maybe there's a chance that they've already signed, again, one of the lefty bats that's out there. We got to see. This is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun rest of the day. This is why we're here. Appreciate everybody for coming in and spending some time this morning. Thank you. 722 likes, over 1,000 are watching. Here's a question. Hit that like if you haven't hit the like. Let's do a like spike game. Can we get past 800? And if we can get to 800, how far beyond 800 can we go? We're at 723, almost 1,100 in the chat right now. Can we go 723 to 800? Hit that like if you have not yet, and let's see if we can get there while we wait for the next piece of big news to break. Ooh, this is good. We're going to run this, guys. Hold on a minute. Let me kill the music. We have Matt Chapman with his thoughts on being traded to Toronto. We're going to get this up. We're going to play this. Let me make sure I have all the audio. If you're ready for this, here we go. I can't hear shit.
More excited to
start
a new chapter.
Let me run this back. Let's start it over again. Matt Chapman giving his thoughts on signing with the Blue Jays. I got to turn it up in my ears. Here we go.
Definitely a crazy morning, but I couldn't be more excited to start a new chapter in my career and go be a part of an amazing organization that I've heard nothing but great things about, and a team that playing against, I know how talented they are, and it's not a team. It's a team that's ready to compete now, and they're ready to win and go for it. So I couldn't be happier to go join that. And also it's emotional because I'm gonna leave an organization that gave me an opportunity that I met a lot of my best friends at, and I've had so many great memories. So it's sad to leave, but it's happy to go somewhere where it's going to be an incredible opportunity. So a lot of emotions, but I think it's going to be an amazing next couple of years.
Do you think of the rumor process kind of like hearing your name?
All right, that's that. It's got to be tough. Let's just call it what it is. To go to again, it's the organization he came up with he moves on from that organization. He needs to be excited for the new fan base, right? He can't be too sad or too down about leaving some friends and teammates and fans. He's got to be excited about this. I mean, and it's not like Oakland has been a bust of a team. They're constantly, there in the conversation to compete for the division and all of that. So he's going from what has generally been a winning situation to a team that's on the rise, taking the next step in that winning phase. So that's to get a good soundbite out of him there. That can be tough. I like what he said there, but it definitely can be tough because you're towing a very fine line with your old franchise, your old fan base, and your new fan base, your new franchise. Don't want to get too excited. Don't want to get too down. The whole thing. We'll see. We will see. And again, one of the next steps, I do wonder if does he get extended? Marley Rivera retweeting that. Thank you to Marley for putting that out there. Let's see. Steven Brault coming close to signing a deal with the Cubs. Cubs getting active. Another deal. Pitcher. Marley Rivera. Levon Hernandez visiting Astros camp. Hernandez returned to working with minor league pitching on the Nationals this spring. Shares a facility with the Astros. Talking about experienced players helping other players. Again, I want Dante Bichette working with Matt Chapman. I want Dante Bichette working with Matt Chapman. I want Matt Chapman in the 2-hole. Jumpstart Matt Chapman by having him hit in front of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Is Freeman on the table for the Jays? Astro Typer, I don't believe so. Not at this point. Not at this point. I am not going to 100% definitively say, hell no, there's no way now. I think it is extremely unlikely. Extremely unlikely. He would still fit positionally because you would have him and Vladdy go between first base and DH and you trade Grichuk. But financially, I just don't see them making that move at this point. So it looks like it could be between the Red Sox, Rays, and the Dodgers. And on top of that, maybe the Padres are kind of circling the water as well. Did the Jays get Suzuki too? They had Suzuki went to the Cubs. Anybody? The thumbnail, I believe the thumbnail we got still up. I didn't take it down. We've got Chapman with the Blue Jays logo. We have Suzuki with a Cubs logo. And then 15 minutes after we started the stream, Schwarber went to the Phillies. So we don't have Schwarber represented on the thumbnail. Would you do Ramirez for Gurriel, Kirk, Martinez, and Pearson? I don't think I would. You're giving up 3 key pieces that the Blue Jays are going to need if they want to win the World Series. I understand Ramirez is all world, but I wouldn't do that trade. I would stay away from that. I would, again, try to load up on prospects. That's kind of been their direction. That is the direction I would try to continue on, is loading up on prospects and try to do it that way. 800 likes on the nose. Thank you for subscribing, everybody. Jumping from the low 700s to 800. Thank you for hitting the like. Make sure to hit the like. Let's see how far beyond 800 we can get. How far beyond 800 can we get as we creep? This stream ultimately has to get to 1,000. With the news today, with everything going on, we got to get there. Make sure to hit the like. Let's see how far beyond we can get there. Let's see. Oh, there we go. I tell you what, I do enjoy whenever I put a tweet out there, whether I'm replying to the man or not, I do enjoy getting a like back. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate that. Always enjoy that. Hector Gomez with a tweet. Anything new? Christian Pache talking about his new journey with the Oakland Athletics as he gets going with Oakland. JRam okay with DH. He would play second. Suki, he would play second base if the Blue Jays made that trade. So you got to think that if that's the case, would the Blue Jays hold on to Kevin Biggio, or would he be traded? Because there's still upside to Kevin Biggio, I believe. Now other teams and other fans might not see that upside until this season starts and we have the bounce back Kevin Biggio season. But I believe there's still upside in Kevin. If you're going to ultimately have to trade him, you probably have to wait till the season has started to see that bounce back. At the end of the day, I am going to stay on the record feeling that we can have a Jose Ramirez trade to the Blue Jays, but it probably happens at the trade deadline. No Bryant news, Jonathan. The only news we had on Bryant late last night, I think around 1 a.m., Hector Gomez tweeted out that the Phillies were intensifying their talks on Chris Bryant. So that is the latest. We heard all day yesterday that the Rockies were making him a priority. So that is also happening. Blind Beard, that would be insane. That would be something crazy. We have had some good growth though. Again, we reached 20,000 on Monday. We are at 22,175 right now. So the growth, the support you guys have been giving has been fantastic. I really do appreciate that. Thank you to you, BALLCAP Nation, for all of that. Kyle, thank you for subscribing. Trevor, thank you for subscribing. All of the new subscribers, thank you and welcome in. Soler to the Rays, a bad idea from Sandy City there. I don't know if they would set the... I don't think so. Just because the Rays are in on Freddie Freeman does not mean that they're in on everybody. I think that there are select players... let's see. Braves beat reporter said the Braves could be interested in Michael Conforto yesterday. I buy it. I believe it. I think that the... What was the question? The Rays are going to be picking their spots when it comes to these free agents. With the Blue Jays and the Mets and some of the other teams, they're in on everybody, right? They're in on everybody. So I feel like you have... The Rays are going to be more selective. Freddie Freeman. A Matt Chapman trade. They were in on Matt Chapman. Seiya Suzuki. They were in on Seiya Suzuki. Those are the three names that we've really heard. I don't think that they trickle down and they just keep, hitting every branch on the way to the ground until they finally find somebody. I think that there's a very realistic chance that if they don't get Freddie Freeman, Suzuki and Chapman are now off the table for them. Mark Tompkin had put out the last couple of days that those were two players that the Rays were taking a strong look at, and now that's done. Freddie Freeman becomes maybe their main focus. Freddie Freeman is obviously the more expensive of the three. And after that, listen, the Rays team is set to go win the East as it is. So we'll see. It is baseball Christmas. That's right, Jonathan. There you go. Like that. All right, we got two tweets to react to here real quick. Like this. Jalix, thank you for subscribing. Welcome in. Dusty Baker said this morning that Jeremy Pena is the front runner for the Astros shortstop job. Diaz will get some reps in the spring training too. Top prospect, one of the top prospects in the Astros organization. Good player. I think there's something to be excited about there, Astros fans. This is one of the things that I don't know if Carlos Correa really thought about, is the fact that the Yankees have some really good shortstop prospects, and so do the Astros. There's Pedro Leon and there's Jeremy Pena. Jeremy Pena last year, a 363 on-base percentage. No, let's pull it all together. Okay, yeah, 363 on-base percentage last year with 10 home runs, 6 stolen bases over just 37 games. Across, started a rookie ball for about a week and then went up to AAA. Didn't get the full season in. And then after that, you've got Pedro Leon. Pedro Leon went from rookie to AA to AAA last year. You cannot sleep on him either. There's something good there with Pedro Leon. So they've got some play. They've got again, in the system, they have some shortstops. I still think Carlos Correa probably has the edge to end up back in Houston. Why not Nico Goodrum? It's a good question. Goodrum can sort of play anywhere. Goodrum's probably super utility, play all over the place kind of guy. Marwin Gonzalez is kind of that, or kind of became that. Maybe that is where he goes to next. That is maybe Goodrum's future there. I think that's a possibility. Thank you guys for hitting that like again. Jumped up to 840, went from 800 to 840. Thank you to everybody. Cody, Padres are going for Bryant according to Heyman a few hours ago. Did see that. They're putting Chris Bryant on their watch list. Makes sense for two reasons. Bryant can play the outfield when Tatis is back. He could play third base right off the bat. Maybe Machado slides to short. Or just straight up, Bryant is your left fielder. However you want to take a look at it. I do think the Padres, there's a very good chance the Padres, while Tatis is out, they fill that infield situation internally. At shortstop, you could have Cronenworth, you could have Ha-Sung Kim, you could have Profar. Between those three, that'll be your middle infield. However that shakes out. Cronenworth and Kim and Cronenworth, Profar and Cronenworth, however it shakes out. I think that's your middle infield. Bryant probably goes into the outfield. That's why I think it's probably harder to pull off a Will Myers trade now for the Padres, because depending on the return, let's say you get pitching back for Will Myers, then you have two outfield spots you have to fix. Because you cannot dedicate left field to Jerickson Profar anymore, I don't think. So Bryant can play center. Bryant can play all the outfield positions. So he could be center, but Trent Grisham is a center fielder right now. So you have Trent Grisham out there in center, and you move some pieces around. You can have left field, could be Chris Bryant. But again, I think because of the Tatis trade, I think it's highly unlikely that you end up having a Will Myers trade at this point. Jeff Passan also tweeted a little bit ago about the Suzuki deal. Suzuki's deal with the Cubs is massive, 5 at 85. Highest number for a Japanese position player coming to the majors, and the second largest behind Masahiro Tanaka's 155. And the posting fee is on top of that. So the Cubs, again, making a move here, making a statement. It's a 5-year deal. You're buying his prime. You're buying Seiya Suzuki's prime. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. You're getting those prime years for Seiya Suzuki, and that's great. Zachary, thank you for subscribing. Welcome in to, again, all the new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing today. It's a fun morning. It turned into a fun night last night with the Rizzo trade. I guess. Wait a minute. No. Let me back that up. Depending on who your team is, it was a fun night. Ian, at this point, that's what I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for Freddie Freeman to go to LA. I am scared to death of the thought of him going to Tampa. Don't want that to happen. I'm scared to death. LA, out of the division. We'll see you in October. There you go. Does JRam have the range to play second? Yes, he does. We can look that up real quick. We'll look up Jose Ramirez in his... We can do two things. We'll look up Jose Ramirez. We'll pull and look at how much second base he's actually played. Let me move. Come on now. Work with me. Ads. The ads got a load, of course. Here we go. Standard fielding for Jose Ramirez. He played 16 games at second base in 2018. That is the last time he played second base, was in 2018. He played 71 games at second base in 2017. Played some second base in 2015. So it's been a while, but he has a lot of experience at second base, a lot of innings at second base with Cleveland. And the Blue Jays would be asking him to go to second if that deal actually goes down. Again, I'm not saying that deal is going to happen today, this offseason. I think most likely it's something that happens during the season prior to the trade deadline. If the Blue Jays look at it as the missing piece, if they feel like they are a World Series contender and Jose Ramirez puts them over the edge, that is when I think the Blue Jays pull the trigger. Michael, you don't want him in LA either, so could get him to Tampa. Oh, no. We can't do that. Jay Grimm, thank you for subbing. Here's the other thing. Let's take a look at the other thing we can look at. Just positionally get a little bit of his defensive metrics. Do you think the Phillies are done, Jonathan? I do not. Just looking at the outs above average at third base, the sprint speed, his fielding ability, I like it. Again, it's been a while since he played second base, but he could do it. All right. Chapman, not Olsen. Could Correa go to the Red Sox? I don't think so. I think the multi-year deals are off the table. I think it ends up being a one-year deal. Oof. Hector Gomez with the tweet. If the trade happens, Springer, Ramirez, Vladdy, Bo, Teoscar, Lourdes, Chapman, Randall, Jansen, Kirk. Yeah, that's a nasty lineup. I don't want Matt Chapman hitting in front of Randall Grichuk, though. I want to be as crystal clear. I want to be at the top of that hill that Matt Chapman, if they have Jose Ramirez, then Matt Chapman's not going to hit second. But if they don't have Jose Ramirez, Matt Chapman in the 2-hole. I am on that hill. The flag is planted. Come and join me if you would like. Matt Chapman hitting in front of Vladdy. That's what I would like. Let's see. We've got Hannah tweeting out. This is probably going to be interesting. MLB PA have agreed to COVID protocols for the season. Players will not be subject to monitor testing unless they show symptoms of COVID and are not required to wear face coverings while on the field or in the dugouts and bullpens. Elsewhere, the clubhouse, subject to local guidelines. And we know there's the whole New York thing in the Canada situation. Hopefully those get figured out and resolved soon. Stephen Brault to the Cubs is official. Robert Murray was the first one on that. Stephen Brault going to the Chicago Cubs as they continue to be active. You can take a look at Stephen Brault real quick. Welcome in, everybody. We've been going since about 9:30. Stephen Brault. If you look at 2021, you're not going to be that excited about it. But he did well in 2020. Again, remember, anybody from 2020, good or bad, we're taking it with a grain of salt. That was his best year. So this is an arm that is going to eat innings, a depth piece. It's good. Altio Sports, why would you have a DH hitting 8th? Obviously, need an upgrade there. It's just the lineup will be that long. It's that long of a lineup. So Stephen Brault is an arm. This is a perfect example. Let's leave this for just a second. Players that were bad in 2020. You got to throw it out the window. Maybe take a little bit, maybe keep it in the back of your mind, but don't judge that player moving forward on what they did in 2020. And Steven Brault is a perfect example of even players that did well, that had their best season of their career. You cannot take 2020 and say, oh, he's good now. Because he had a 3.38 ERA over 10 starts, 1-3 record. That wasn't good, but his best ERA of his career, and then he bounced back in 2021. It was terrible. You've got to, with 2020, everything with a grain of salt. Where the hell did that saying even come from anyway? Let's take a look and see what's going on. Yes, I follow NASA. Yes, I have alerts set up for NASA. Sorry, I'm a space geek on top of this. Apologies for anybody who is not a space geek or hates space. If that's the case, how do you hate space? This is an impossible thing. You have to love space. Even if you don't realize that you love space deep down. Deep down inside. Whoever looked up at the sky at the night and saw the stars were like, well, that sucks. Nobody. Thank you. Jays need bullpen help. S. Antonio. You know, I don't think so. I like the bullpen. Now, if you want to add another arm, that's okay. Whoa, we got another one. Whoa, we are fishing and we got more. We got more. Welcome back to the A. Eddie Rosario is going back to the Atlanta Braves. Whoa, it keeps on coming. We don't stop. We're blowing through all the stop signs and red lights. Here we go. It is Eddie Rosario back to the Atlanta Braves. We'll see what the deal is, but here he comes. Eddie Rosario, the lefty bat, that extra arm. Eddie Rosario, postseason hero Eddie Rosario. I gotta think, if you were a Braves fan and you were to pick between Jock and Eddie and Soler, well, I know Soler was the World Series MVP, but Rosario, you might have wanted Rosario, and here he comes. Rosario is in a deal with the Atlanta Braves. What a morning. Another one. I don't have another one drop to play, but you know what I'm talking about. So Eddie Rosario is going back to the Braves. John Heyman just tweeted something that was interesting. Where did it go? Where did it go? Did he delete it? John Heyman, Astros people and especially Astros players are said to be excited about the team still in on Carlos Correa. Nothing is known. Nothing is imminent. This is Eddie Rosario's moment, though. He's back. Marley Rivera, there it is. He is back with the Atlanta Braves. World champion Eddie Rosario back to Atlanta. This is good news for the Braves. This is completing the team, in my opinion. I don't know how much more you have left to do. Maybe some arms, an extra pitcher. But I love the thought of Eddie Rosario going back to the Braves. Looking at the lineup. Sorry, Guillermo Heredia, is not your time. You'll have, you probably put Rosario out there and left, leave Ozuna at DH, and then when Acuna's back, there's your right field. It's done. There is your Braves team. Out when Acuna's back, Acuna, Albies, Olsen, Riley, Ozuna, Duvall, Rosario. You can probably flip-flop a couple of those pieces around. Swanson, Darno. I think I said everybody. You get Rosario in there. You get Acuna in there later in the year. The team, at least with the bats, they're done. Retooling, getting ready to win. The lefty bats now, you got Olsen. This is why it makes sense to go Rosario over Soler, is the lefty bat. Because once Waters is pulled out, the only lefty was Matt Olson. Now with Rosario, you don't really have balance because you only have two lefties, but it's better. Well, you got Albies. Albies is your shortstop. So you have Albies, Olsen, and Rosario that can bat lefty. If you have 3 left-handed bats out of 9, you're in good shape. Good deal. We finally have the Kyle Schwarber dollars. We have the Eddie Rosario dollars. Let's stick with the Eddie Rosario situation here for another minute. So I love this move. Again, love Eddie Rosario going back to the Braves. The lefty bat. The dollars, it looks like it is a $18 million deal. Is it a 1-year deal for $18 million is what it looks like? 2 years. 2 years, $18 million with a club option for a third year. $9 million is the club option for a third year. That is a great deal. We know he had a down year for the most part last year, right? It did not work out with Cleveland. Can I get this ad out of the way, please? I guess not. I guess this ad is just going to be here for our life. Go away. Whatever. All right, so Rosario, again, was great with Minnesota. Was a very, well, okay, great, maybe an exaggeration, but he was 32 homers, 24 homers, 27 homers, OPS over 800, 3 years in a row. Down year in 2020. Started out really bad for Cleveland, but then with Atlanta, it all clicked. A 903 OPS in 33 games down the stretch, and then that postseason that NLCS that will forever live in Braves' minds as one of the best performances they've ever seen. He's back. Love that. This probably means no Soler. I would be surprised if, the only way you get Soler back is if you say goodbye to Marcell Ozuna in some way. But this is a great move for the Atlanta Braves. Retooling, reset. I would expect maybe one more move on the pitching side of things. Great job. Great job by the Atlanta Braves here. All right. We've also got the dollars on. There's a press release. We've got the dollars on Schwarber. $79 million for 4 years. Good. 4 years, $79 million for Kyle Schwarber. I think that's a good deal. I like that for both sides. So you're about $20 million a year. We had heard a lot of $20 million for 3 years for Kyle Schwarber. We got $20 million for 4 years. So he gets an extra year. He gets more money. Good for Kyle Schwarber on that. We like that. Again, Schwarber getting paid. That dollar amount for Eddie Rosario. Let's get back to that for a second. That dollar amount is, as far as the Braves go, Alex Anthopoulos, just the greatest hits, one right after the next. $18 million? 9? You mean to tell me there are going to be teams out there that look at this Rosario deal and they're like, wait, 2 years, $18 million in a club option, which means may not happen for a third year at 9? We couldn't top that? Wow. That is a big one. That's a great deal. I think I saw Acuña's back in June. So he'll miss April and May and be back in June. Maybe sooner. Great fit. They had the need. They get it done. You got to feel good about it. Braves fans, you got to feel happy about these last couple of days. Matt Olson, Eddie Rosario now. Again, I fully expect a pitching. You got McHugh yesterday as well. So the bullpen is, we know how important bullpens are. Unless you slept through the postseason, we know it very much. Bullpens were always important. I argue this past year it was even more important as starting pitchers were dropping left and right. The bullpens came up huge. Good deal. Good deal. Now, I do want to give you guys a heads up, everybody that is in here with the chat right now. I do expect to clip some of these and upload. I do. So if you see an upload from some of the information, we're pushing 3 hours now. There are people who are not going to be here for the stream. So I will probably, obviously, right? We have 22,000+ subscribers and there's 1,200 people here right now. So there's a lot of people that aren't here. So I'm probably going to clip the Schwarber deal. I'm going to clip the JRam reaction, and I'm going to clip the Rosario, and those will be up as separate uploads. If you see those, just know I'm doing that for the people who are unable to be here for the stream, so they can just get to those, because I think those are to this point in the stream. Those have been 3 really significant moments that some people might be coming to the channel to try to find a reaction for it. If it's buried in this stream, they might be like, I can't find it. I can't wait. Take my time to find it. Let's see. Is Matt Chapman Canadian? No, I do not believe so. Kevin, I would be surprised if Soler comes back. I think that might be a tough situation. Just from a fit perspective, I don't see it happening.
I trade Cashman plus Judge for Anthopoulos even up.
Jack, thank you for the super chat. You're trading Cashman and Judge for Anthopoulos even up. That's a good trade. That is a good trade. Alex Anthopoulos is, again, one of the best executives in baseball. And he showed it with Toronto. He made some great moves with Toronto. Some might argue with me on that, but I am a fan of what he did in Toronto for the most part. And just maybe, you ever been let go of a job or somebody, didn't think you could do something, and then you just had a fire lit inside of you that, I could fucking do that. Are you kidding me? Not only can I do that, I'm going to go do that, and I'm going to go do that better than you. You ever have that feeling inside of you? Kind of feel like Alex Anthopoulos has that after what went down in Toronto, because when Shapiro came as the president of baseball operation for the Blue Jays, he ripped Alex Anthopoulos a new one for the trades that Alex Anthopoulos made for David Price and Troy Tulowitzki when he was trying to get that team over the hump to win the World Series. Now, the pieces he gave up for Tulowitzki and David Price did nothing. They did absolutely nothing when they went to the other organizations. Did they lead the Blue Jays to a championship? No. Did the Troy Tulowitzki thing end up really not quite working that well? Right. David Price did. So he got lit up, and you just kind of feel like he's got a grudge, that he's got an axe to grind, and he's trying to just show the world, I'm the best GM, and he's just giving it back. Do I expect a player to pull a Tom Brady, go into retirement, come out of retirement ratchet? I still had some hopes that with the designated hitter coming to the National League, that Edwin Encarnacion could come out of retirement. I thought that it was maybe you could have Cespedes come out of retirement, but there's been no smoke around that. And with all the moves going on, every day that goes on, it just that any of that, I mean, unlikely as it was to begin with, becomes less and less likely. You should be glad you have AA. It's amazing. Jeff Hoffman, right? Mark Shapiro lighting up Alex Anthopoulos because he traded Jeff fucking Hoffman. I miss Anthopoulos sometimes. I'm happy with what the Blue Jays are doing with Atkins and Shapiro, but damn. That's all I'm going to say. Jordan Groshans with a tweet. Why is it not loading? Come on now. Stay with me. There he is. Yes. Jordan Groshans. Does Jordan Groshans know something? Or is Jordan Groshans happy to be with the team? Look at this guy. Oh, God. Yep. That's the ultimate right there. Love it. No news on Jock Peterson. No news on Jock. Anybody sending me tweets? Again, I encourage follow me on Twitter. The conversation continues off stream on Twitter. My DMs are open. You can send me stuff that you see. So we do see that. Yes, I see that. And sometimes when we're live, again, I'm looking for it. It's been a very busy morning. As you can see me trying to catch up with a lot of the DMs and everything. Jordan Groshans, what do we think? What do we think this means? Anybody have a guess as to what this means? What the hell is this shit? I've never seen this before. This dude's for real? I've never seen this before in my life. This is too funny. Is this asshole's really out there in a go-kart dressed as Mario throwing bananas at people? Oh my God. I could never do one of those streams, those like make me laugh and you get $1,000 streams, because I would probably be laughing constantly. I would go broke. It just, I mean, I laugh at the dumbest shit. I make myself laugh too many times. Let's see what we got. Interesting. Let's check John Heyman. The free agent starting pitching market is held up a bit by trade talks involving A's starter Sean Manaea and Frankie Montas. Oakland still working on a retrench. Olsen is gone. Chapman is gone. Bassett is gone. Manaea and Montas are next. We heard, among other teams yesterday, Manaea was matched up with the White Sox and the Twins. I mean, essentially, it's Manaea, it's Montas, it's Luis Castillo, and it's Tyler Mahle as the 4 pitchers that can be had via trade at this point. And yes, I mean, that's it. If you don't get one of those, if you think you can get one of those pitchers, you gotta stay aggressive. But only once you feel like you're not going to get one of them, that's when you go look at Tyler Anderson, Zach Greinke, Michael Pineda. Now, there are some teams that don't need those players and might try to jump and get a Zach Greinke. But somebody like Zach Greinke might tell his agent to tell him to hold on, because my market, the number of teams in on me could double or triple after these deals go down. KM, thank you for subscribing. Welcome in. What a busy morning. This is fun. This is exciting. This is why we're here. I have no idea, Cole. I have no clue. Okay. What's the next move? Let me ask you in the chat. What's the next move? Today we have had Chapman traded to the Blue Jays. We've had Suzuki to the Cubs. We've had Schwarber to the Phillies. We've had Rosario to the Braves. We've had Chafin to the Tigers. I feel like I might be forgetting somebody. I know we've had some other minor deals. Keela signing the pitcher for the Cubs from the Pirates. I already forgot his name. I know we've had some other stuff, but who do you think is next? What is next? Do we finally get a Freddie Freeman deal today? Do we get Freddie Freeman, or do we have to wait longer? The number of teams in on Freddie Freeman is dwindling. Hunter likes Story to the Cardinals. Tyler's got Freeman to the Dodgers. Castellanos or Conforto could be next from John. Let's see. Split finger, you've got that trade. Maybe that's it. Freeman probably. Story from King Seahawk. Hoodie had Freeman. Let's see. JT, you've got Solar to Solar. I see. I just read it like it looks, and I'll call him Solar. I know that's not it. Next big news will be, I hope it's not an injury. I really hope not. We already got that out of the way with Garrett Cole. Not Garrett Cole. We've been going a while. I was up late. Chris Sale. Not Garrett Cole. Garrett Cole's fine. Garrett Cole's fine, everybody. Chris Sale. Freeman to the Dodgers is next, Cody. Greinke to the Braves next, Moises. I love Greinke to the Braves. I think that makes a ton of sense. Maybe Manaea Montas finally breaks through. Maybe it's Freeman. Jansen's got to sign somewhere. Word is he's not going to give the Dodgers a hometown discount. It's funny. Do the Yankees make more moves? I think they do, G-Man. I do. Greg, thank you for subscribing. All of the new subs today, welcome in. Orbit, KM, Gabs, Mary, Caleb, Kevin, Gary. Thank you all for subscribing in the last 5-10 minutes or so. Welcome in. Welcome to our community. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Justin, that would be interesting. That would be kind of out of left field. Oh, William, God, please no. Free agent starting pitcher market is held up. At this point, it's all mid to back end players. Could the Blue Jays still get Jose Ramirez? Joel, I mean, the tweet was out earlier today that the Blue Jays have had conversations with the Guardians about Jose Ramirez. They like him as the fact that there's more to it. It's not just that they've checked in on Jose Ramirez. There's more to it. It is that they like him to play second base. So there's more to it. There's a little bit more weight behind the tweet because there's more context to it. Just hitting refresh, hoping for something new, hoping something good. Daniel, what's up, man? What did I miss? I didn't miss a super chat from you, Daniel, did I? Marte would be a better fit and cheaper to acquire. I think the Diamondbacks are going to be asking for a lot. A lot. So there seems like a Marlins fit. Yes, he does. The thought of JRam coming to Toronto, sell the farm, all in. Austin, yeah, right. Let's see. Trevor Story to the Cardinals. Only if we trade DeYoung. Malik Medelson is one of our franchise guys, along with Acuna Soroka, according to our GM and president. I mean, you've got a couple franchise guys. Wouldn't you also consider Ozzie Albies a franchise guy? I think Ian Anderson is on his way to being a franchise guy. Max Fried, you got a ton of franchise guys. No news on starting pitching trades. We heard that Manaea, a couple teams that were in on Sean Manaea were the White Sox and Twins. That was about as far as that went. I have a feeling there's a lot of teams in on Sean Manaea. You can cross the Mets off the list. You can cross the Blue Jays. Anybody that's made the big additions and their rotations are set, you can cross them off, but there's still a ton of teams that could use those pitchers. Good afternoon, Richard. D-backs not winning anytime soon, but for some reason they're reluctant to trade Ketel Marte. I mean, he's the face of the franchise. He's one of the reasons why you'll come out to the ballpark. Do you think the A's are going to trade Sean Murphy? See, the problem with trading Sean Murphy is Sean Murphy kind of fits what they're looking for, the direction that they're going. Young-ish, cheap, and talented. That's what they're looking for. What they're getting rid of is expensive. That's what's on the way out. The expensive players are on the way out. Sean Murphy is probably going to be hitting cleanup. What's up, Liam? How are you? Welcome in. Bolt, you're calling Freeman to the Rays. We'll see. We'll see. I'm scared to death of that, but we'll see. Malik, so Ketel Marte is a face. Yeah, I can't think. If you think of the Diamondbacks and anyone else comes to mind, that's it. I mean, Madison Bumgarner comes to mind, but he just got there, so I don't think he's the face of the franchise. David Peralta, I think that ship has sailed. David Peralta, I think, a trade candidate during the year. What's going on? Is something happening with Tatis? I know he had surgery. We saw that. Is something else happening? It's just that he's undergoing wrist surgery. Okay, so the word is that Tatis is having surgery. Nicholas, I agree with you. That dollar amount, he was a steal. Freeman to the Rays is very terrifying. Gives me nightmares. Keeps me up at night. And then if he actually signs, then that will continue. I will get no more good nights of sleep if Freeman goes to the Rays. I feel like the Jays still have their offer on Freeman. You know what, Matthew? That's why I'm not saying 100% definitively, hell no, Freeman's dead. I don't know if the offer is still on there. I think it is extremely unlikely. 99% chance that it's not going to happen. But there's still a fit. As far as the team goes, there's still a fit. He and Vladdy can alternate between first base and DH. There's still a fit. I am highly doubtful. Again, we will all know if it happens because the internet will break and there will just be a puff of smoke out of whatever piece of technology is around you. A laptop, computer, tablet, phone, from the internet breaking if the Blue Jays are able to sign Freddie Freeman. Even if we hear that the offer's still on the table, that might break the internet. Literally, there are at this point, two things seem to be above an actual acquisition. If we hear that Gleyber Torres is being shopped, that's going to set Twitter on fire. And if we hear that Freddie Freeman, the Blue Jays still have an offer on the table for Freddie Freeman, again, light a match and set Twitter ablaze. Outside of actual moves happening, those two things would turn baseball Twitter world upside down. All right, Jose, come on. Let's see here. Make sure to hit the like. We are at 907, 800 in. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm doing too many things at once. I don't know what 800 means. All right. So, almost 1,200 in the chat. Thank you all for being here. 909 is the like count. I had to update that. That's where the 8 thing came from. Hit that like if you haven't hit the like. We are only, now 910. We are 90 likes away from 1,000. I think we can get there. Hit that like if you have not yet. If you haven't used your like, use it now. Get us up to 1,000. We have made like spike jumps greater than this before. I know that you've got it in you. What is this? ESPN, Hold on. What's this? Front Office Sports, Aikman. What? Oh, okay. The dollar amount for the A's. The A's just do it differently. That's all. Mark, I see your tweet. The A's just do it differently. What's up, Malik? Doesn't want the 16 whoopings a year from Freeman. I don't. I really don't. I'm completely transparent. I'll be happy for you, Rays fans, if you get Freddie Freeman. But as a Jays fan, I will be scared to death and not terribly looking forward to. I mean, as it is, I'm not looking forward to facing the Rays on a regular as much as I have to. If you throw Freddie Freeman in there, holy Jesus, please no. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman going to ESPN. Is that breaking this morning? 977 likes away, only 23 to go. Can your likes get us over there? Those that haven't used it, 22 likes away, get us to 1,000. I'm not going to leave at 1,000. Just let's see if we can get to that big round number. Is the Joe Buck thing? Oh, this was like yesterday. I've been so focused on baseball, I had no idea. ESPN officially announces Troy Aikman and Joe Buck joining the network for Monday Night Football. That's from 18 minutes ago. It is official. So it was rumored a couple days ago, and now there it is. Joe Buck and Troy Aikman leaving Fox. What does this mean for Joe Buck and baseball? I don't know if any of you care about that. I know there's a ton of hate for Joe Buck. But does Joe Buck keep his Fox gig for baseball? Anybody know that? William, is Twitter going to blow up today? Does anybody know anything? If anybody feels like they know something, send it to me. What do we got from Heyman? Shane Green back to the Dodgers on a minor league deal. Manny Machado said he was pulling hard for a reunion with Nelson Cruz. Would have loved Cruz hitting behind him. Well, now Cruz is now with Juan Soto, who is old enough to be Juan Soto's. He's old enough to be Juan Soto's father. Exclusively with ESPN. So, again, but does he still do baseball for Fox? Or is it just exclusively for football? I guess is the question. Nicholas, that's a long shot, I think, at this point with Marcell Ozuna getting Soler back. I would be very surprised. Be very surprised. Robbie, what's up, man? Good to see you in. Thank you for the super chat. Good, sir. I have the text to talk back on now, so we'll let that play. 450. You discussed the Jays are in the hunt for JRam for him to play. I did. We did talk about that. I'm actually going to clip that from earlier in the video and put that up as an upload later. I'm going to take 3 pieces from this 3+ hour stream and upload them just so people who don't want to sift through the stream and miss it.
Finally just having my morning coffee after my stream. Crazy morning. Have Orsillo take over Joe Buck.
Oh, man. Wouldn't that be great? Oh, that would be great. Orsillo, love Don Orsillo. One of the best baseball voices that we have. There you go. Finally having your morning coffee at 12:30. What I was, for anybody that cares, as you know, when I am in transit, taking the kids to with the whole school situation, usually something happens. And it happened again today. This time, though, I was taking the kids to school. It was literally, we had just pulled out of the driveway, and the tweet came out from Morosi that the Blue Jays were finalizing the Matt Chapman deal. So, got him to school, came back. I was going to go to the gym this morning. I had planned to go for a run, do a little weight work, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen, and that's not going to happen because there's no time for that. There's time for that after this little period of time right now. True Blaze, I'm sure Red Sox fans, you probably missed Don Orsillo big time. He's great. Schwarber 4 for 79. Thank you, Richard. Good deal again for Schwarber. Getting that extra year. A lot. Stop. What the hell is this? Oh, it's fake. Whew. Okay. Jesus. Somebody gave me a heart attack. That's cute. That's cute. Literally. Robert Murray tweeting. Let's see what we got. Come on, Twitter. Work with me. There it is. Yankees and A's have been talking, according to sources familiar with the situation. A's have two of the most coveted pitchers on the market in Sean Manaea and Frankie Montas. Well, I mean, maybe the Yankees and A's, I mean, is this one way that Sean Murphy gets included? Is that it? I mean, is it maybe this is the way Sean Murphy gets traded? But sure, Yankees at this point, there are, I believe, 2, maybe 3 pieces left for Oakland to deal. And the 2 big ones are Manaea and Montas. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. No, Mike, that was fake. It was somebody being very, very creative and catching me off guard. It was fake. There is certainly some hype to a potential Joey Votto trade, but one has not happened. I almost lost my shit over that. Jesus. Come on now. This morning has been crazy enough. We don't need a Joey Votto trade on top of that.
What is going on?
That's what I'm saying. It's one of those mornings, folks. It's one of those mornings.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now? I know I can. I can feel it all the way down to my plums.
Yes, Jameson, it was a false alarm. I almost lost it. Put the pieces together on it though, and my brain caught up to my heart, and we got it together. Malik, at this point, to me, it is a win. Yankees are among teams talking to the A's about Manaea and Montas. Well, wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. So, Robert Murray's actual tweet is that the Yankees and A's have been talking, according to sources familiar with the situation, and that the A's have Manaea and Montas. Robert Murray is not saying that the Yankees are talking to the A's about Manaea and Montas. You can make that leap. You can make that leap if you want. Certainly, you can put the pieces
Phillies make
together
a trade
for that.
for
But
an arm in their set.
Patrick, thank you for the super chat. Phillies make a trade for an arm in their set. Yes, and there's still free agent arms that they could go out there and get. But if I'm John Heyman and I have the following that I have, I don't think that I would be putting out there that the Yankees are talking to the A's. I can make that jump. I can make that leap. I don't think John can. Because the Yankees could also be talking to the A's about Sean Murphy. We know that the Yankees kind of sort of maybe do have a hole at catcher right now after trading Gary Sanchez, and really there's no catching prospects banging the door down to get up there. So it's Higgy and the new kid they just got, Rortvet. So I don't see, right? Let's start thinking about catchers that maybe could be available. Wilson Contreras maybe could be available. And Sean Murphy, with this fire sale that Oakland is having, Sean Murphy could be available. So John Heyman, again, you and me, we can make that leap from Robert Murray's tweet that they are in fact talking. But Robert Murray did not actually say that. So John Heyman, again, going to the next level with it, putting it out there on Twitter, I would be careful about that. Bob Nightingale tweeting, Lorenzo Cain unsure whether he will continue playing after the season, proudly shows off his fantasy league championship. Well, that's interesting. Remember, there had been some buzz around Lorenzo Cain for Luke Voigt at one point, and that ended up never happening. You kind of wonder if they would revisit that now that Anthony Rizzo is in town. But if Lorenzo Cain is unsure if he's going to continue playing after this season, then I don't think the Yankees are trading Luke Voit for Lorenzo Cain. Colin. yeah, I know. There are a lot of people that do not ride with John Heyman. I understand that. Hector Gomez. Let's check Hector Gomez's tweet. There he is. Every time this happens, I pull up his Twitter account, and he has pinned breaking news. Wander Franco has signed a Twitter. Every time I wish he would change that. I wish Hector would change that. Obviously, he doesn't give a shit what I think, but I wish he would change that. Because I always pull that up and I'm like, oh, and nope. It never fails to happen. Welcome to the Nationals, Nelson Cruz. That looks good. That's the latest tweet from Hector Gomez. All TO Sports, thank you for the super chat. I see that coming over. Again, text to talk is back on, so we'll let that play. Interesting take. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that. Nicholas, yes, he is.
Freem GRAT player, not GRAT fit. JRam at 2B the dream.
So unfortunately with the text to talk, that didn't work. Let me read that for you. Freeman, great player, not great fit. JRam at second base, the dream. There you go. Thank you for the super chat. Agree. I agree. In terms of a fit on the field, what they need, yeah, JRam would be the fit. JRam also younger than Freddie Freeman, but Jose Ramirez's contract is going to get out of control. John Heyman tweeting out this morning, today the Blue Jays look like the class of the AL East. Very tough division, but Yankees and Red Sox look like third and fourth place teams at the moment. Well, this isn't going to help. John, what are you doing? You are not helping your case with things. You can't say that. You can't say that. He's going to get blown up for that. Are you kidding me? I thank you. But that's not going to go over well. That is not going over well. Anyway, that's funny. I believe we got to 1,000 likes. Did we get to 1,000 likes? I know there we are. We are over 1,000 likes. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the like. I appreciate that. Thank you for hitting the like, getting us over 1,000 likes. I really do appreciate that. Also, give you guys another update on what you are doing today with the stream. We're up about 300 subscribers. So thank you to all the new subscribers. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Don't want you to miss any of the upcoming content. If you have subscribed, it's easier for you to find your way back. And when we go live for the next breaking deal, again, you can find your way back and we can react to it together. 1,029 likes, 14 dislikes. I know that number is not public anymore, but 14 dislikes, just fine. I'll take that ratio. I think that's a decent ratio for us. Altogether, this stream, this video is pushing 16,000 views since we went on again at 9:30. So thank you, all of you, for being here, spending time with the channel as we have some big stuff. And again, like I said, I am going to be clipping, just so you know, and you don't think I'm just trying to recycle stuff and like double down. There are a lot of people that are not here.
Where do you think KB will sign after Phillies sign Schwarber, and do you think the Phillies still have a chance without going over the threshold?
Patrick, thank you for the super chat. Just to close my thought, and then we're going to get to that. Not trying to double down, just trying to put content out for people who miss the stream, people who see 3.5 hours, 4 hours, however long this goes, and doesn't want to try to sift through it to try to find the Jose Ramirez reaction, the Kyle Schwarber reaction, the Eddie Rosario reaction. If you have no interest in looking for that stuff, I do plan on trying to clip those out. Will I get all 3 of them clipped out and put out? I don't know. I'm going to try. Patrick, again, thank you for your super chat. KB will sign after Philly side Schwarber. Now, that Schwarber deal, going that extra year, throwing an extra $20 million at him is interesting. DNA, thank you for subscribing. Aaron, thank you for subscribing. Where do we think? I don't want to totally rule out Philly. I also don't want to totally rule out Seattle. Maybe the Rockies are in the driver's seat now, though. If they have the most money, Malik, it was true. But the fact of the matter is, does Chris Bryant, even if the most money is on the table, from the Rockies, is that where he wants to go? Rockies fans, I would love for you to figure this out and get over the hump. But the problem is that it's hard to compete with the Dodgers, the Giants, and the Padres right now. If there's one team that is rooting for this thing to just get broken down to East and West or American League and National League and do away with all the divisions, the Rockies would be one of them. Because they are definitely in a tricky spot, having to go up against the Dodgers, the Giants, and the Padres more than anybody else. Kyle, thank you for becoming a BALLCAP Nation Platinum member. I have pinned the link to make it easier, because I know that has been that can be, depending on the device, depending on a lot of factors, YouTube kind of glitches a little bit when it comes to members. So I pinned it there to try to make it easier, because there inevitably comes times where somebody's trying to find the way to become a member and they can't find it. That link should get you right there if you want to become a member. There is the gold member. There's the platinum member. Gold members get access to the badges and the custom emojis, and the platinum members get access to that, plus 2 exclusive videos every month just to the platinum members, and everything that the gold members get. And when we get busy with these streams where we're over 1,000 in the chat, your name is highlighted. It easier to you stand out. You stand out. Eric, outside of Colorado, what do you think the market is for Bryant? Philly and Seattle. I mean, Chris Bryant's market is shrinking a little bit. I do think Toronto was probably a potential. Before the lockout, we heard Toronto and Seattle were kind of in the lead. Toronto went Matt Chapman. As teams make additions, it'll start to dwindle a little bit, but I do still think the Padres could be in there. The Phillies, even with Schwarber. There are teams, the Rockies, the Mariners, even with Winker, you have room for Bryant at third. Kyle, do I think we will get Jose on the Jays? I think the Blue Jays will always be the favorite for that, because they have such a great prospect package that they could put up. But I don't know if it's going to happen soon. I think it is probably something that happens closer to the trade deadline. I think Cleveland wants to start with JRam. I think the Blue Jays would be okay starting without Ramirez. Let's see what Kevin Biggio can do. If we can get a Kevin Biggio bounce back, and Kevin Biggio can hit 20 home runs, hit 275 with an on-base percentage of 390, the Blue Jays might be like, you know what? I think we're good. So there's a lot that goes into that. Things could obviously change, but with the connection to Cleveland that Shapiro has, with the prospect package that they could give up, with the team fit, it could always, I think the Blue Jays will always be looked at as the favorite. Bryant did say he wants to be out west. Michael, that is true. He said he does not want to play on the East Coast. Yo, Christian Pache in the Oakland A's. Look at that. There you go. That is a cluttered mess. But there he is. Going to get a chance now. Christian Pache. It's Christian Pache's time. Mr. Mike, thank you for the super chat. Text to talk again is back on, so I'll let that play. I see it, but I'm going to let it play.
Over/under that Joe Buck becomes the new Sunday Night Baseball announcer. I bet yes, smiley face.
Thank you for the super chat. They just inked Carl Ravitch to be the voice of Sunday Night Baseball. Now that could always change. There's more of a focus by ESPN to try to fix the Monday Night Football thing because it just hasn't worked. They keep changing the team over and over and over again. It just isn't working. Now with Buck and Aikman, they have stability. That's your crew for a while now. Does that mean he goes to do baseball? Maybe down the road. I don't think Sunday Night Baseball is as much of a priority for ESPN as Monday Night Football is. So I don't think they would spend the money it would take to get Joe Buck to do baseball as well. That is my feeling on that. All right, gang, I am going to jump off. I am going to try to clip a few things and get a couple uploads out, and we'll keep watching everything that is going on around baseball. We still got to see what happens with Freeman and Bryant and Story and Castellanos and Soler and all of these trades, Manaya and Montas and maybe Luis Castillo and maybe Jose Ramirez, all of that. So stay close to the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you have not. Turn the alerts on if you haven't yet so that you are here and ready when we got to go and do this thing. I appreciate all of you for hopping in. A lot of new members today. Thank you to the new members. A lot of new subscribers today. Thank you to the new subscribers. I really do appreciate that. Thank you for your support for the channel as we continue to grow. An exciting morning. Let's hope it continues this afternoon. We don't want it to fizzle out and die and nothing happens. So let's hope that the momentum continues. I think with spring training games getting ramped up here soon, you got a situation where maybe players are feeling a little bit more motivated to sign deals so they can start getting, every hitter wants to have, they've got a number of at-bats, they've got a number of reps they want to get in, and it's getting to be go time. Stay close. I do anticipate that we will be back streaming later today because I got to think the momentum continues and we'll have more deals. Again, thank you everybody for coming in. Make sure to hit the like on the way out. Stay close to the channel. If you missed any of the stream, take that little cursor, toggle it back, and you can catch some reactions to some of the big news that happened today while we were live. Thank you again, everybody. I truly do appreciate it, BALLCAP Nation. I salute you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for spending some time with the channel. Thank you for watching the stream, and I'll talk to you again soon.